Ladies and gentlemen, we are live and it's a Friday night. I put all my energy and all my excitement into tonight because we made it through the week. I don't know where I was going with that, but we made it through the week. We're having a lot of fun and we haven't even started yet. So it's going to be that kind of Friday night. As you can see, we're already feeling good. We got 3+ hours tonight. Wrasslin for Life Network is going to take you through 2 hours of SmackDown. We got Rampage right behind it. We got lots to talk about, lots of rumors, stories. You know, we got 2 major pay-per-views coming up, 2.5 if you count Worlds Collide. A lot going on, folks. We're going to see what it brings. Happy Friday. I hope everyone's smiling. Let's go. And we are live. Ding, ding, ding. Back at it again. Just a reminder to everybody, we are the Wrasslin for Life Network. And as always, I am Mr. Every Night, KJ White, back on the scene. Man, I'm not going to lie. Pasties was messing with my intro, but we got there. And, of course, speaking of getting there, I got the Master of Mayhem next to me, the troublemaker, everyone's best friend, my boy, Big Nick.
Yeah,
how are
everybody's friend, man of the people. Certainly more like than CM Punk.
All right, that's how we're gonna roll tonight.
Oh, absolutely.
Let's go. It's a Friday.
Another feel-good Friday night. Like we were saying even before we went live, the match that I'm excited for most tonight, honestly, is Claudio versus Dustin.
No, I'm looking forward to that match. I think it's going to be 2 pros. They're going to deliver a good match. Now, one of the things I mentioned was I saw a graphic from Tony Khan go out on social media. It looks like a pretty busy 1-hour show tonight.
Well, I think everything going on right now in AEW is pretty busy. From this person getting suspended, this person's injured because people, are going mean girls on her.
Right. That's twice, though. They remember the T-shirts, right?
Right. And just, I feel like I said of just the AEW locker room is just complete chaos. Like you have just Tony showing up like with pizzas for everybody. Hey, we're gonna have a little meeting now, and just like there's a dogfight ring going on over here. The couch is set on fire over there. It's just complete anarchy back there.
It seems that way. I mean, it really, really seems like. I honestly think, we see the pendulum swing. And I've said it several times that, Tony was kind of the darling of wrestling. He was the one that came in and gave everybody an alternative and a place to go when nobody wanted you. When the big bad corporation treated you like shit, come here, we'll make you feel better. And then all of a sudden, the pressure gets turned on and it's like everyone's snapping because they're like, shit, look, they're like, undeniably, they're putting on better shows right now, which is mind-blowing.
Right. That's the thing is they were never prepared for a situation like this. And now when you even have Tony going out there and admitting that they've started to ramp stuff up, that they've, grown a lot. It definitely, it's got to, even if you're in the locker room and you hear the owner of your company come out and say that, hey, your competition's starting to really do good now. That's got to kind of at least shake your confidence a little bit.
Well, I mean, I have no problem with him being real about it, right? I mean, it is what it is. Now, I mean, pick up your socks, you have to pivot. You have to be able to grow and you have to be able to advance. And I've said from day one, I want to see where they are at the 5-year mark. Now people are like, are they going to make the 5-year mark?
Right.
They got a lot of money.
But it's sounding a lot like WCW, though. That's the thing that I keep saying.
It really does.
I mean, you've got everything from people supposedly having creative control to this person's mad at this person to, the owners just stopped texting people, issues with the network. Well, I know that kind of rumor has been squashed a bit due to ratings, but which is surprising to me because they still haven't cracked a mill.
No. Well, I mean, they have their moments, but again, I feel like they don't capitalize on their moments. And I think in an effort to cater to your core audience, you haven't advanced past that core audience. So you have your diehards that are going to show up and praise you no matter what you do. And then it's a drop-off. There's a huge drop-off. And on the times where you don't really have much going on to appeal to the core audience, you see big dips in the numbers.
Well, it's too much hot shotting, and I think a big problem too is look at how big AEW's roster is.
Yeah.
I understand everybody wants to have everybody to have a job, and obviously you don't go the full way to where like Vince, to where you cut 80 people in a couple months, but that roster is huge. I'm not even saying get rid of anybody. Split to say you just have just a Ring of Honor roster and say they tour separately from AEW.
Right. You need to set some separation, some divide in the belts. It is a fucking clusterfuck. And it's so hard to like. I've been watching from day one, every minute. I've seen every fucking second of this of this company since day one. And some of it I've seen 2 and 3 times. Most of it I've seen here with you guys. But I mean, it had a flow to it at one point, and it just kind of fell off. Like, I mean, it became that hot shotting. Every night was a gimmick night. Every night had some type of gimmick match. And it just wore down the product. But Tony's got to be able to have a plan. Where are we going with this? We're like, if you're watching from day one right now and you're like, holy fuck, list out all the people that have belts. We'd be here for 7 minutes and we'd miss at least half of them. Because there's so many. Like, it's ridiculous. So SmackDown is starting, by the way.
Yes.
Just as a heads up.
We will get off the AEW train for a little bit here.
While we do that, while we start the show, let's say hello to some people. Robert, thank you for being here. I know you're not a big WWE fan, so we appreciate your presence here tonight. I'm glad you're a fan of us. Rampage, we'll see what it brings. I'm optimistic. I'm hopeful. There's a lot of big names on the card. Dustin and Cesaro, if they're given enough time. What, Nick, based on how many things are listed, I don't think we're going to get a long match.
That might be rough. I was going to say let them go the whole hour, but apparently that's not the case.
That's not going to happen. I'm starting off here with Ricochet coming out to the ring, by the way. Ronnie, good to see you. Thank you for being here again tonight. Gave you a like. You better.
Everybody should do that. Everybody should like, share, and subscribe. And absolutely, you should tell a friend.
Tell a friend. Get them to like. Create an account for your dog. Get them to like. Let's go. I only watch. Yeah, see, I said this already. Dynamite Rampage. You still watch Memphis?
But see, that's the thing that we like is that everybody's got their own different opinion. Everything. We're kind of like the giant melting pot for professional wrestling.
Well, Robert, you might have to cave a little at some point if WWE keeps delivering on some bangers.
Yeah, I mean, there's still been we've already had so many people show up in WWE. Who else is going to show up next?
Oh, there's more to come. We're not done.
Oh, absolutely.
So it's curious. And as we get closer to Clash, there'll be more rumors, more speculation. All out, Tony's going to try and have some type of debut, some type of pop, some type of something. So,
speaking of which, the New Day returns tonight.
Oh, true story. Xavier Woods
is back, and we're getting Drew versus Sami as well.
They should just fight each other at this point.
No, never split up the New Day.
I'm going to look forward to SmackDown. It's going to be a great show, like always, or like recently.
I think, but for a while now, SmackDown's been the A show of WWE.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So it's just now gone to that next level.
Nick, that's not uncommon. You go back to 2010, 2009, back through that group. Same thing. SmackDown was on fire.
The SmackDown 6 era, all of that.
Yeah, unbelievable workhorses.
Absolutely.
Pink Ranger, welcome back. Good to see you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for joining us tonight.
Hello to everybody.
Hello. Hope you have a great show. What's up, Chris? Juice. AEW's falling apart, Nick.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Ricochet in the center of the ring doing some acrobatics. Corbin rolls out.
I still wonder, though, if I want to go full, believism, I wonder if this is all just really they're trying to bring back the kayfabe and they're just playing it a little too close to the vest.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think so.
I feel like my skeptical ass is holding on to that. I have, I didn't want to believe Cody's purple booby. Like, I really didn't. So for me, this is, I've been saying like MJF's will work, Punk's will work. Like, I mean, I think that, the whole injury's a fucking work. It looked like a work.
Well, I guess I should rephrase. I more think that they're going to end up, if I'm giving my honest opinion, I think that they're going to honestly just end up turning this real life stuff into the storyline, and it's gonna just kind of it's gonna turn that backstage locker room even more into just a ticking time bomb waiting to go off. If you start mixing in real life situations on screen and off screen, it's gonna get worse than it is already.
Right. Well, and I mean, I've said for a long time, Nick, there is a place with, especially with social media and how everybody absorbs shit before they check it. They're just like, oh my God, facts, you know, found three-headed alien in fucking Manitoba. Like, you know, like you just read it and it's a thing. That's
fact. How Bigfoot exists.
Right. So, I mean, now when you do put out, you know, you put a little, oh, she's a sandbagger or this is that, or then you're like, oh shit, they're really mad at each other, and people start buying in, right? And your biggest audience ends up being on social media. Really, more people pay attention to you on social media than they do on your TV show. So
yeah, and that just makes it for a toxic locker room, because then to get a good storyline, you have to cause some bullshit to happen,
right? But I mean, it's really interesting. I had the fantasy booking idea of, you know, Punk, MJF. And pick someone else who's disgruntled, that's been reported to be disgruntled, came back out as a faction. Like, you know, MJF appears and like everyone's like, holy shit. And he actually, him and Punk join up to say F you to everybody. Then he's like, this is the only guy that I respect, the only guy that was really giving, you know, push me. And work. I appreciate the like. Damien, welcome to the show, by the way. How many power bombs will Wardlow? Ryan Nemeth is going to get pancaked a few times.
Oh, yeah. It's in the Ziggler genes there to just be a bump machine.
Right.
Ricochet right now in charge at Corbin.
Oh, okay. So I am slightly ahead of my bro.
Yeah, that's normal.
It's all right. I know. You'll be ahead of me on Rampage.
Right.
It's all about balance.
Exactly.
AEW falling apart. So another fan, another person, another member of the family believes that AEW is in, you know, having troubles. They need MJF, and WWE thinks they need Bray Wyatt. The WWE, somebody needs Bray Wyatt. Bray Wyatt is a bit of a big bomb in this battle, right? Right now, like, this is big country picking on little country, and Bray is a big enough name to help AEW enough, or really cement WWE as returned and new.
Yeah, Bray Wyatt's kind of the nuclear option in this situation. Absolutely, AEW needs MJF back. I think that we see him at All Out. I still had the hope that we were going to see him on Dynamite, because I think he gets involved in this whole thing. Obviously, whether he teams with Punk or whether he's, you know, the one that ultimately screws Punk, especially if they're going to do the rematch in Chicago.
That's why I think the place would explode.
Again. What's up?
The place would explode if, let's say, Punk says, I'm hurt, but I'm still going to fight you. It's some heroic thing. Look, you got lucky. I hurt my injured foot, you know, kicking you in the head. And now, you know, whatever. But we get to this point where he tries to go, and as he's going, MJF comes out, and the fans are like, what the fuck? And then it's that moment where the place would come unglued if somehow he aligned with CM Punk.
Well, I think at this point, honestly, anytime that MJF returns, the place is going to come unglued. He's their secret weapon. He's their last kind of ace in the hole.
Are you not worried that they let it fizzle a little?
I think right now, though, with everything that's going on, and that they know that they need something, they need that, you know, saving grace to come down. I think MJF's like the perfect guy to have in your back pocket.
You know,
but they still do have to pull on the trigger. They can't wait too long.
I think another person out there that has name value that's worth bidding for and trying to get your hands on in either company is Paige.
Yes,
like the actual Paige, not one of the ones
able and wants to go.
Yeah, but I mean, even as a
as a
centerpiece to a faction, like they tried but fucked up. If they do that well.
Then again, we were here talking about how AEW's roster is too big, and we're like, here, sign some more people.
Well, they need something. No, but they overuse certain guys that aren't helping move the needle at all.
It's ultimately Tony needs a creative team around him. I know everybody said, well, he's got this coach or he's got this agent. No, he needs an actual creative team. Like, you need a business structure beneath him. I'm sure that there quote unquote is one, but no one's telling him no.
Yeah, the guys that are coming up with these matches, right, for themselves, like Jericho coming up with, I sat in a room and this is what I thought. How can I make a match that makes me look really cool? Okay. You need people in the room that go, yeah, Chris, that's not going to work. You know what, Chris? Don't do that. You know what, Chris? If you jump off the cage and land on a clearly fake crash pad, everyone's going to laugh at you. You need people to check you. You need your boys to say, hey, your fly's down, bro. Pick it up. There's something in your teeth, bro. And right now, they don't have anyone like that, and including Tony, where Jericho's like, listen, this week we're going to destroy the whole arena, and I'm going to hurt one of the best wrestlers in the world. And then next week, we're going to come back, and we're going to do it in a cage, and we're going to hurt someone in that one, too. And then the next week, you're like, holy fuck, bro. And Tony's just, okay, buddy, okay. Whatever makes you happy.
I think the biggest telling thing with all of this is this type of situation wouldn't happen in WWE. Yes, WWE's had its negative stories, but there's never been this many all at once.
Right.
I don't think, and Tony's not, and all Corbin slams Ricochet right on top of the announce table. But they don't, I guess, respect Tony in the way that, they think that he's actually going to put his foot down or there's going to be serious consequences. And it's so all over the place. Like Eddie Kingston pie faces Sami and gets a 2-week suspension. Why?
Well, man, I don't understand. But but why do we know all this shit? Where is all this shit coming from? And that's always a sign. Like even in sports, when you start hearing a lot of fucking rumors about a sports team, their coaches and shit, because now shit's starting to, no one gives a fuck anymore. And they're, oh, you know what? This is bullshit. And then
they know that they're not going to get their hand slapped for letting stuff slide.
So it's really interesting times right now. And you do need some authority. Like I joked, like, listen, Tony, call your dad. Maybe he can come in and give everyone a speech. Like, I know you had this big meeting, but what did you accomplish with it? Good evening, Dale, by the way. Oh, what did you click on something?
I was just Big Ray here. Thank you for joining, sir. But Tony Khan is afraid of hurt feelings. That is not good for business. Yeah, when your boss is hugging everybody like a secret lover, that it's a problem.
Could you imagine, like, at one point, like doing a press conference or which the WWE never really did post show, junkets and shit like that.
I do kind of like that. It's a little I do like it.
But that being said, could you imagine, comes out to the podium and Vince gives him a big old hug and rubs his head into his chest? Could you imagine? Jesus, Vince.
I think he might do stuff like that backstage, if I'm being honest. Come here, Hogan.
Wow. Good evening, everybody. Dale, good to see you. Thank you for being here. AEW is fun. WWE is torture. Not accurate. That's fake news.
WWE was.
You know what? It's currently not being tortured. This match is great, by the way. We haven't talked much about the match in the ring. We have Ricochet. We got Happy Corbin. One-on-one, good match.
Well, and we're starting right off with a match. We're not getting some long, drawn-out promo segment.
No, let's get down to business.
Right. May not be, have the most story going into it, but it's a hell of a match. And I'm glad to see Ricochet getting some TV time and everything.
But you know what
I'm a big fan of Ricochet.
I think Corbin's one of the guys that will benefit. I think he's one of the guys that spent a lot of time around Triple H and will truly benefit from Triple H coming in because, man, he was lost under the McMahon regime of just bad shit after bad shit after bad shit. He has a chance.
He was just the he's the ultimate company guy. I feel like he'll do any gimmick that they give him. And he halfway kind of makes it work. It's still
he does his best.
Not ever the best. Not ever the best. but it at least gives it his best foot.
What the fuck are you watching? What do you mean?
I think that was talking to AEW or the WWE.
Oh, I get it. Yeah, what the hell? No, Warner discovered Discovery warning Tony Khan less swearing and less bleeding. Now, has that been substantiated?
No, I think it was Fightful that put it out that that's actually not the case. That Warner Discovery is actually pretty happy with AEW, even though there's still plenty of time on their contract. Big Hurricane Rana for Ricochet, but there's plenty of time still on their contract that they do like that the ratings, and especially because they use them to tie in other shows. Like that's the thing of like we've talked about on the stream of how every show has some theme behind it, has some advertising behind it. We just had the one for the House of Dragon.
Yeah.
So and they can use it to tie in stuff all the time. So Warner Discovery is happy so far with AEW, but I don't think they like hearing about, you know, female superstars being afraid of others backstage, or other male wrestlers getting into physical altercations backstage, stuff like that.
Well, you don't like and nobody likes to work with an organization that isn't stable, right? Like, and if it comes from the top down, you got a problem. And I mean, it's hard to deal with people like that when it comes to business. Now, that being said, to your point, Nick, they definitely have that ability to be, you know, put on all you got to do. I mean, they're TV people. They don't give a shit. I mean, okay, this is beneficial.
Right.
I do think that, you know, you want to see some type of uptick in your ratings, especially to move the advertising dollars. But they like the fact that they can cross promote and, you know, be all cute. And we can have a stuffed shark running around our wrestling ring.
Right.
But
no one at Warner Media is nudging Tony and saying, hey, I really think you should give Eddie Kingston a push. No one's doing stuff like that. They just see the money coming in, and that's all they care about.
Now, could somebody in the office said, hey, listen, Tony, you got to tone it down a little, certain things. And I think you got to understand, we get a lot of Moxley, right? And Moxley, in his attempt to be the world's biggest badass ever, wow, shooting star in the win. Yo, Ricochet using a shooting star for the finisher? I thought he used the 450.
No, it was the 630.
630, yeah.
Or was that Ali?
Ali, yeah, Ali used the 630.
They both have similar finishers off the top rope.
Did he not just use a shooting star?
I'm getting right there right now.
Man, it is pretty.
Oh, he's. I saw things where they were trying to get him to do the Ninja Warrior course and everything.
Yeah, I think he'd do well. Man, that shooting star is gorgeous.
It looks like time stands still when he does that.
Man, wait till I'm gonna let you catch up a little. But that replay, when they slow it down, man, it is a thing of beauty.
It's just clean as a baby's ass.
But I do think there's a potential here in what I was saying about this, as they're showing, he's using the arrows again. Pat's using
the telestrator.
The telestrator.
Of course, though, because of the whole history between him and Corbin.
Yo, Pat is punking Corbin right now hard.
Pat's amazing at what he does.
This is amazing. I like the use of the telestrator. That is good shit. Last thing I'll say about this is I could see them giving a nudge of like, pick your spots. Like, and I mean, it's little things. Like, they don't mind if someone's saying shit on the show once in a while. But then you got Moxley coming out and like walking right into the camera. F this, F that,
right.
Like, that's where the networks are like, whoa, like, we can't even beep that shit. It's happening so fast. Like, you know, there is compliance that's required, right?
That like that many people, especially tuning in for that match. Christ, we even saw it on our stream.
Oh my God, right?
So that many people tuning in for that match, and then you're now unified, undisputed champion is just, you know, blah blah blah, F that cuss word, you know, right into the camera. That's not gonna always fly.
Right now, I got Street Profits and the Hit Row hanging out.
I'm cool with it.
They're getting along well. They already have like rehearsed gimmick together.
Well, they both got the very hip hop vibe. So,
Damien claims that Dynamite cracked 1 million. I do believe they were just over
because of Mox and Punk.
Absolutely,
all 3 minutes of it.
Yeah, but you got to remember,
they just avoided Jamal and Rosie. They just avoided 3-minute warning.
But a lot of people tuned in after the fact because word of mouth started spreading and people were tuning in to be like, oh shit. And I honestly felt like people were showing up late. Like, wait, it's not the main event? Shit. I missed it.
I guess, and I heard someone say this before, so this isn't a completely original idea, but I do like that they started it then, now that I'm thinking about it, because if they're looking at it as we legitimately don't know when this is going to end and it's a 60-minute time limit, then just let it go. We start it now, and if it goes an hour, then that's sorry, we close out the show with that.
No, absolutely. And that's generally, I mean, I'm okay with the concept.
Right. It's the execution that sucks.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's just baffling. And I just don't know where you go from here. I feel like you killed the story.
Yeah. Is anyone more excited for the main event, the supposed main event, for All Out now that they had that match at Dynamite? My vote is no.
No. No, I mean, that to me, the way they did it, that can't be your main event at the next pay-per-view. It can't. It's too close. Wow, we are way behind.
Yeah,
not that. Okay. We're on commercial, by the way. And if you don't know, and you're just tuning in, we are the Wrasslin for Life Network. That's Big Nick. I'm KJ. We're rolling along. It's a Friday night. Congratulations. You put another 5 in the books, folks. I hope you guys are having a wonderful Friday. I hope you get a great weekend ahead. I hope you're feeling good. I hope you're enjoying these summery days before it all winds down into fall.
It's another feel-good Friday.
A lot of people excited about fall. It's a thing now, but it's a feel-good Friday. And we are back here tomorrow. We're back here on Sunday. NWA 74, an anniversary edition. It's going to be insane. 2 nights.
Yeah, I was going to say, well, you adjust your light there, sir. It might be getting a little chillier outside now and everything, but it's certainly heating up in professional wrestling because we've got NWA 74, then we've got Clash of the Castle the next weekend with Worlds Collide and All Out. So it's the next 2 weeks in professional wrestling are going to be insane.
Insane. The stories, the rumors. Are we going to get more? You know, I mean, right now we're heading. The tampering shit to me is bullshit. To me, that's a thing of trying to make it like, see how good our guys are. They want them. I don't think anybody in the WWE is stupid enough. Like Triple H phoning his old friends, being like, he knows the rules. They all know the rules.
No, there is no rules. What are you talking about? This isn't
has
NFL.
There been circumvention of like, hey, you know, ask your buddy so and so what he thinks. Yeah, absolutely, right? Like, hey, fuck, dude, ask. You know,
can still offer them. This is everybody. That's the thing. I feel like, unless I'm completely off base with this, but to me, this isn't the NFL. I think everyone's so used to that to where you have those rules to where you can't tamper and you can't try and negotiate with people from another team. It's just another company. You can be working at, you know, Microsoft and Sony can become calling you.
Yeah, the headhunters have a job for a reason, man.
Right.
No, absolutely. WWE roster getting full. I believe the term they're using is building depth, and I'm completely for it. They need to build depth.
Yeah,
so
they need depth. AEW needs to trim that. Or to quote CJ and Victor there, they need to cut the shit.
Yeah, right. JV, good to see you. Thank you for coming back here tonight. I bought 2 portable AC units, a washer dryer combo. Meaning, why do I read this stuff? And new $20 crack. Okay, good.
Ahoy, hoy.
Ahoy, oogity boogity. Victor, the great one has arrived. Thank you for joining us here tonight. Thank you.
What up, Vic?
Get Victor start cutting promos. Ray, thank you for joining us. Welcome to the show. First time. We appreciate a good first time. So thank you for the invite on Instagram. Anytime, man. Thank you for being here. I think you're thanking that man over there, by the way.
No. You're thanking us because we put on. We're your home base for anything pro wrestling. Like we've been saying all night. We've covered GCW, XPW. Christ, what was that BCW that we covered a couple weeks ago? So if there's anything going on in professional wrestling, we're here covering it. So you don't need to go and look anywhere else. We got you covered.
We got you covered for sure. But, thank you for joining us, Big Ray. We greatly appreciate the love. Damien, first ever 3-way barbed wire massacre at Victory Road. Did you see that? Yeah.
I saw Sami cut the promo all wrapped up in barbed wire. And I kind of skipped by it the first time because I missed Impact and thought it was a Solomon Crow promo because he looked kind of like that when he was in NXT. So, but then when I watched it, I'm excited. It's the first ever for that promotion. So I'm wondering how they're going to pull it off. And it's going to be interesting that that's going against a SmackDown.
Right. It's interesting.
That's another one of their Friday kind of pay-per-views.
Well, that weekend is what?
That's not till September 23rd.
Yeah, but I think it lines up with someone else's pay-per-view. That's why they moved to Friday.
Ooh.
I'm positive that
Fact checkers, let us know.
Now, are you getting this in-depth package on Drew McIntyre?
Yes, and I'm here for it. Absolutely.
Well, they're reminding us, and I think the Triple H regime has done a great job of doing the video packages for the belts, doing video packages for KO, Charlotte, Drew. Remind us, we used to fucking love these wrestlers.
Well, that's the thing. I feel like Hunter's just had to go through the roster and just hit reset. Now he's just waiting for the download, and then he just goes to the next person on the roster. Reset, just waits for the download. Because like you said, we got 2 KO from 2015 with the old shirt on and everything. Now we're getting back to the chosen one, Drew McIntyre, all the way up to present day. And we saw the video packages for the U.S. title and the Intercontinental title, and they almost bring a tear to your eye.
Yeah. You know what, though? What I believe the message I get from this, especially with the KO stuff, with this stuff here with Drew, it's very much a case of, you know, don't be a gimmick of yourself. Don't be that character, KO. Don't be that character, Drew. Be you. Be authentically who you are. Go.
You're Drew McIntyre, not King Arthur.
Back. What's that?
I said you're Drew McIntyre, not King Arthur.
That's it, right? Away. Like, be you. Be real. It's the sound of the police.
Whoop, whoop.
Oogity Boogie says the New Day is eternal. Yes. The New Day
never split up. The New Day
tired.
It's like Robert Downey Jr. and Tropic Thunder. Never split up the New Day.
Don't sleep on NXT. The show is evolving weekly. Yeah, Big Ray, listen, we've had some good NXTs. Now, this past Tuesday, we did end it with a lights out pajama fight. So we're holding tight.
Legos were brought out, used like thumbtacks.
Karrion Kross is here.
Ooh. I still think that we're going to get Kross versus Drew, because notice how right after the Drew video package, they're bringing up Kross. Last week, Drew had the hourglass in his locker room.
Bro, tell me when you get Karrion on the screen.
I think it's just going to still keep having you go forward, even though once you go back to
no, mine doesn't jump at all. It's what happens is I'm pretty sure
I've got his Titantron coming on right now.
Okay, so you're like real close, but I think there's a pop coming our way. Don't sleep on NXT. Yeah, no, I mean it's got potential if they put the right pieces in the right places, and we're seeing transition. You know, we see Escobar
right now.
Yeah, hello, nurse.
Hello, Scarlett. Oh, and I like that they even have like his little placard under him is
right,
even done differently,
right. But yeah, no, it's coming, and we see Escobar show up, and he's he says he's leaving because he has to, but he's taking the whole group with him. There's a lot of buzz. Are they on the way to the main roster? Yes, they are. So there's a lot in flux with NXT, and it's not just going to change overnight. But like you said, Nick, I do think we'll see the bigger moves quicker in NXT compared to the main rosters. Like,
right. And especially, think about it. Now we have NXT UK pretty much invading NXT. So
right.
And we're now getting the fatal 4-way, ladies and gentlemen. I'm digging. What?
Have fun.
Oh. But yeah, I'm digging everything that they're doing with Kross right now. He feels like a super big deal.
Chicago screw job coming. Yeah, I'm totally interested in that.
I hope so, but I'm worried that they're going to fumble it. Because they already kind of have so far.
Here comes Xia Li. Man, are they going to do don't do it. See, this is where I get disappointed sometimes. I'm totally down for a Chicago screw job, though. Fantasy Championship Wrestling. Thank you for being here a couple minutes late, but it's my first time. Thank you.
Well, I'm digging the profile pic though too. There, the very much looks like the old school ECW or GCW.
I like it. I'm hitting another commercial, folks. Ronnie, hello. Welcome back to the show. Victor, somebody call the Undertaker for Sami Zayn's funeral. Drew McIntyre going to kill him tonight.
No, I think that we're going to have just a hell of a match between those two. I think if this was Vince running it, it'd be a squash match and it'd be over in 10 seconds. But they're going to let those two guys go.
I think so. I hope so. I anticipate it. And I feel like, the tribal chief or his peeps are going to have something to do with how this ends.
Oh, yeah. Maybe we get a solo.
South Africa's watching. Thank you.
Hey, international, baby. We're already international on here, because you're over in Canada and I'm in the US of A.
But we suck at this so bad.
We talk a lot, folks. We apologize, but that's the thing is we don't go home until we get through pretty much every single comment. And even if, say stuff slacks on the shows or whatever, don't worry. The wrestling may suck, but we never do.
Wrestling Universal Podcast. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the love. Greatly appreciate it. So, yeah, thank you for tuning in. Edward, thank you. Welcome back. It's good to see you. Do you think there's going to be any more returns tonight on SmackDown, KJ or Nick? Tonight, no. I don't have a vibe for it.
Well, that's the thing is we don't know. Did you really expect that we were going to get Gargano to just walk out in the middle of
or Karrion Kross
Monday Night Raw?
Yeah, no, not at all. So, I mean, it could. I mean, it wouldn't shock me.
We were talking about it, and then they announced that the New Day's back, that Woods is back. So who knows?
Right. But I mean, we'll see. I do think there is a little bit more. I like the idea of pacing yourself. Don't throw all your chips in.
Don't go full Tony Khan. Yeah.
Right. Don't go crazy.
Yeah.
Scarlett giving big 90s barbed wire Pam Anderson vibes.
Yes, I didn't realize it until you said it, but that is spot on.
My sword is huge. All right.
Mine's bigger.
Mary, good to see you. Thank you for being here.
Yes. Hello to everybody. We're terrible at getting through these comments.
Victor's having a what parade?
What, Victor?
You gentlemen are excellent. I will definitely be a regular. Big Ray, we appreciate it. Be a regular. Join the family. Everybody in the chat's real friendly and real nice. So yeah, welcome back or welcome to the group.
Absolutely.
Bud. Okay, those are a bunch of hellos. What is this one? Let's get to this one. Baron Corbin has learned that to get over in this business, you got to get over with the character. Baron Corbin has shown that he can get over with the character. It's not about the moves in the ring. It's about, I think I know where you were going with that. So, it's about the feel. Yeah.
Yeah. We both went for it at the same time.
Right. No, and I agree. Like the character, I mean, we talked about Natty the other night. And you said, what do we think about Natty? I said, if she just had a personality. Roderick Strong's another guy. Great wrestler. No character. No personality.
Right.
Flat. And those wrestlers always had trouble going somewhere. Shelton Benjamin. Why did so many guys in that class excel, but Shelton just hit a ceiling, right?
Right. So that's the hard part is you have to have that character to go along with it. You're better off being a better character and not as great of a professional, well, not as technical in ring than you are being super technical in ring and having no character.
Yeah, I mean, and it's a double-edged sword because if you're a great character and you can't wrestle for shit, I mean, there's been examples of guys that weren't great wrestlers, Goldberg, and got over huge just because of good character, good personality, right? You got guys like Kevin Nash that took like 7 bumps in his entire career.
Did you see everyone online comparing Wednesday to the finger poke of doom?
Yes, I did. I don't. It's a bit of an exaggeration for me at this point.
I think it's how everyone felt though in that moment.
Yeah, I mean, potentially, depending on what, like, we know that story. We know why that was so detrimental and what it meant. We don't quite know what the fuck is happening. That's the part here. Like,
right. Shit, I think all of that stuff just super encapsulates how everyone felt at that time.
Right.
But folks, let us know who you have for this fatal 4-way now that that Nikita Lyons and Zoe Starks are out, and then also Toxic Attraction's out. So now we've got Nikki, almost a wrestler, Doudrop as team 1. We've got Sonya and Natty as team 2. We've got Shotzi and Xia Li as team 3, and we've got Tamina and Dana Brooke as team 4.
How the fuck? Oh, I guess Dana and Tamina have been hanging out for a minute now, right? They almost got married, remember?
Right. Yeah. God.
The biggest pop of the whole night was them two holding hands and then
7 segments.
What's that?
I said, thank God we don't get any more 24/7 segments.
Shit, watch this. Missed the rope on the drop toe hold. Nikki eats the mat by accident.
I got her. Is it after the crossbody? Because I'm right.
Yeah,
I was just at that. All right.
Go
ahead. Read the comments.
MJF was flaming hot, and whether it works or right,
she ate all of them ropes,
and then put herself up. Sorry, I'm supposed to be here.
Yeah,
it's not how it's supposed to go, folks. MJF was flaming hot, and whether it's a work or a shoot, you shouldn't cool off the. Man, I agree.
That's what that man says. I think. Oh, that drop toe hold was stiff as hell too. Right now, it is Shotzi and Nikki A.S.H. I don't get why they're doing like 2 teams in. Is this an elimination match or is this?
No, this is a fatal 4-way for one fall to
so
finish.
Then why not have one woman from each team in the ring at all times?
That's the way it should be. I hate when you do these multi-team matches and you only got 2 athletes in. It makes no sense.
Right. So so I tag my tag team partner in. I pin her. 1, 2, 3. Okay, we move on.
Well, yeah, that would be the way to do it. Oh, botched a fucking clothesline.
Like I said, I love Nikki Cross. Nikki almost a superhero. Is Nikki almost a wrestler?
But she's a bad guy now, or bad girl.
I don't know. I think she has bad vision with that mask that she wears. That's right. The thing.
But if you're going to change the gimmick and she's now going to be evil, call her something else. Almost a villain.
For sake, you put her with Piper Niven, so you have 2 Scottish God damn. But you have 2 Scottish badasses paired up together. You're about to have a show in Wales. Just make them fucking Piper Niven and Nikki Cross. It just happens. Badass UK.
You know what? You convinced me. They should win this match. Right? Imagine they come out, rocking their skirt, rocking their Scottish at that show and surprise everybody. But Piper's good. Nikki's good. This is shit. Oh, we gotta win.
Change the gimmicks.
Guess who won?
I don't even want to know because right now I've got Nikki going up with a superplex on Dana, but Sonya's tagged herself in. She gave a nice little ass. Oh, reverses the suplex on everybody.
Everybody Sonya's down by Nikki looked hurt, by the way.
Dana Brooke an ass smack.
I don't know if you caught that, but Nikki goes down and grabs her leg hard.
Oh, that's not good.
No, she took the pin. But
yeah. She's instantly, the ref's checking on her. She rolled right over.
She didn't look happy at all about that situation. Tony Khan is ready. We got that one.
So, for those following along, Sonya Deville and Natalya are moving on in the tournament. They are now the 4th team in the semifinals.
Yes. Welcome back, Chris. Boss. Let me work for AEW. They would all want to jump me after the first week.
So you're Tony Khan?
Wow. No.
Shots fired, folks.
They love him.
Yeah, he loves them. Not the same way.
They love him. Victor Nash says, what if Sasha Banks signs with AEW and WWE has removed all of her and Naomi's merchandise? Listen, that's still in play. If Tony could pull that off, yeah. But again, if you're sitting at home as a professional wrestler and you're watching what's happening on the landscape of wrestling, you kind of want to stay home, right? The big bad devil,
Right. Well, that's the thing is it's even if honestly, if you were on the indies, do you really want to go into a locker room that seems like it's a complete and total chaos?
Right. It's true. And a place that seems bitter, that seems to be internally a little toxic. So, Sasha goes in there like Punk, big name, big money, big push, and everyone there starts shitting on them, which in turn, that core audience, once that OG group of AEW stars start whispering about, oh, we don't like them, then all the fans turn on them. That's why we end up with Cody back in WWE.
Right.
Once the story started leaking, there's issues between the Bucks and Cody. The Elite are having internal arguments. Cody's the odd man out. Yeah. But the minute that happened, the fans started booing. Pat is killing it.
I'm still on a replay from last week to where Sheamus picked up the big win.
Yes.
I'm excited and I know we've been talking about it in our little chat and everything.
Wait, we still got Butch.
Wait, what now? But about us being excited for Sheamus versus Gunther.
I'm thrilled.
We were talking about how that could main event the show.
I actually think it's going to open the show. I really do.
I'm with you on that one. I think they open and then Roman and Drew closes.
Yeah, I think that's the nice sandwich, right? And then you got some other stuff in there. But if you open the show on Sheamus Gunther, the place is going to be lit right away.
Right.
I love this comment. Fantasy Championship Wrestling. Thank you so much for the love. I'm glad you connected with Nick, and glad you appreciate the stream.
Oh, absolutely. I'm glad. I'm just glad and digging that we got all the new faces popping up and everything.
Yeah, man.
Nikki needs a Z-Pack. She can probably get one from Punk after he broke his foot there, too.
Oh, shit, eh? Doudrop, Nikki A.S.H for the win. Sorry, Damien. Sonya, Natalya won. I'd rather Nikki Cross from Sanity. Yeah, give us Crazy Nikki.
That's what I was just saying.
A pair of jeans, a tank top, and let her just run around biting the ropes.
Right, just let her all that.
I liked when she didn't talk. When they tried to interview her and she just growled and shit. Awesome.
When she seemed like a feral creature.
Mm-hmm. What did I watch the other day? I was watching an old NXT takeover and Sanity. Man, they were good. Like, there was something there. Like, they could have fucking worked. I don't get why they soured on it. Yeah, I really don't get it.
They went through that whole phase, though, for a bit to where they just kind of soured on every faction that they made. Super fast.
Right. Sonya and Natalya won. So go. No, didn't work. This match could only suck more if bestest, cheesiest, boringest Biller had joined.
Oh no, I like Bianca. She's bland with the hair twirling and everything, but she's making moves. She just signed with a talent agency and everything, so she's very much setting herself up to be the next kind of breakout star from WWE.
Mm-hmm. And Victor's got a point. Technically, Asuka and Alexa should be involved in this, but they're not. They're busy. And yeah, that match was clunky. It was sloppy, botchy.
It was faster than I thought it was going to be, too.
Yeah, true. But, you know, it was what it was. I mean, it's going to take a while for us to take the women's tag team division any bit of serious.
Well, and that whole, I guess, section of the quote-unquote brackets just been chaotic anyways, like, because we had the whole thing of Nikita Lyons to where there and Zoe Starks to where there was injuries, vaccination statuses, this, that, and the third. And then we had Toxic Attraction get called up, and then they turn around and get injured. So now we have to have like a loser who lost before gets in match, and that was clunky. So it's just been a bad string of luck for that whole section of the bracket.
Yo, is that legit?
I'm going to try and fact check that before we put that in.
Eugene passed away? Oh, no.
I'm going to fact check that before we put that in the universe because I don't want to wish that on anybody. If
no,
it's
not at all. That's why there's a question mark at the end of that sentence.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I hope not. What?
Why?
And Big Nick and Bubble Johnson. Hi, Big Nick. You're Big Nick.
Hi.
Yes, I heard that too. JBL may be on the show. Yes, Victor, I noticed you mentioned that as well. There has been rumors that JBL will be here tonight. Interesting.
It's John o'clock.
Did you say it's John o'clock?
If JBL shows up, it'll be John o'clock.
That's what time a prostitute punches in. John o'clock.
Oh, damn.
We're getting a Shayna package. This is my favorite female wrestler that's been overlooked is Miss Shayna Baszler. I really, really want her to win and go and matter and be a badass and mash people up.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Got that one. Edward got you. I'm just starting at the bottom now, guys. I feel like I'm pretty close to clicked on all of these. Good. He's still around? Wait.
Yeah, I don't have anything
Nick
that's
Dunsmore.
Exactly saying that he passed
Okay,
away.
so yeah.
The one article that I have is titled Real Life Inspiration for WWE's Eugene Passes Away.
Oh, the real life, wait. Nick Dunsmore is alive.
Nick Dunsmore is still
character.
Eugene Palermo passed away Sunday at the age of 57.
There you go. T's and P's to
the Palermo family.
Yes. But yeah, I mean, he was only 57. And yeah, I guess I didn't realize they had based the character on that gentleman.
No, neither did I.
So that, I mean, funny when the report comes out and it's like, you what?
Wait, yeah, of course you get places that do clickbaity titles and stuff like that. So,
because Vince didn't like Eric Young. Yeah, that seems about right.
Because Vince just seemed to not like anyone that actually stood up for themselves, and Eric Young certainly did that. Oh, and so we're getting Liv versus Shayna for the SmackDown Women's Championship at Clash.
I think they're trying to go for like, they're kind of going for the 60s Irish people. That's the gimmick, right? Like the gangs in New York, the old,
the stereotype.
Yeah, old Britain kind of feel to it, where the suspenders, the jackets, the dead rabbits, that all fun stuff. And earlier than that,
God,
because Vince didn't like Eric Young. Yes. We got that one. How many subscribers do we have now, KJ and Nick? Last I checked, it was 615. And we are
at 618. We're one away from Rey Mysterio, 619. Booyaka, booyaka.
Booyaka, booyaka. Nick will act out a 619 when we hit that particular number live for everybody.
Oh, God.
In his living room, too. Right?
Yeah, my big ass. No.
Right? Catch it beaten quick from the woman.
Exactly. You ain't getting on that stream no more, goddammit.
Right? You doing wrestling moves in here again? It's when you try and give her a rock bottom and get DDT.
No. Walk in, my wife, just give her a stone cold stunner.
Pause.
How was your day? Bang!
Pause.
Pause.
What's the main event tonight for SmackDown?
Drew versus Sami, I believe.
Yes.
And now we've got Gunther coming out. So we're getting the little promo off between Gunther and Sheamus.
Why is Butch still being Butch? It's hurting my heart.
Because he hasn't had his Vincectomy yet.
Oh, I like that. That's good shit. What else we got? Can you imagine the heat if Colt Cabana, CM Punk, and Tony Khan screw Mox over in Chicago? I think that needs rearranged a little, JV, but we're on to something. A lot of people are hoping for some type of angle. Holy shit.
MJF.
Rally Sport, welcome back, buddy.
Yeah, been a minute.
So right now, just to catch everyone up, we got Sheamus face-to-face with Gunther in the ring. They're having a little powwow about their upcoming events. We also have Butch still being Butch. We have his babysitter in Holland. And Ludwig just looks confused and not quite sure why he's here. Ludwig always looks like he just smelled a fart.
Just the instant tight ass. Need to change Piper Niven and Nikki Cross. That's we just were talking about that rally and just heard apparently they're not using the 24/7 division on TV. Yeah, I think that they're just done with that. They realize that's a house show thing at best. You leave that as a house show thing. Absolutely. Thank you, Big Ray. And you all should act like Big Ray right now and just absolutely go ahead, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, hit that notification button. Because you never know when we're going to show up because we're covering anything that's going on in professional wrestling. And with the way everything's been going crazy from Vince retiring and stepping down to Hunter taking over to now AEW's locker room is basically on fire. We could be here at any time.
Dude, who would have thought 300 people tuned in to watch us randomly talk about Vince in the middle of the day? And it was only the beginning of the story.
Who thought Vince stepping down and all the hush money was the tip of the iceberg?
Right. That comment about Fat Walter. A lot of debate about, like, did Walter getting skinny ruin his image? Like, ruin his demeanor of, oh, my God.
No, well, I think it's that combined with they put him in bright red. If you would have kept him in still the black and everything, I don't get the bright red. It's jarring on the eyes, honestly.
Right. Ludwig's face kills me, bro. The whole time.
I what kills me is that Ridge is having to hold back Butch the whole time like he's on a fucking leash.
It's ridiculous. He gets paid to babysit Butch.
Right. Gunther is IC champ, right, guys? Yes. He has at least until now. Might not be after Clash. Sheamus saying he's going to take the title off his lifeless body. This match is going to be just two men slapping the shit out of each other.
Listen, ladies and gentlemen, whoever's listening to my voice right now, make sure you make a note. Make a note in your head about how white that man's chest is. Because sometime around Clash, it's going to be as red as that goddamn jacket over there. That is one white dude. And he's about, Butch got free.
Oh.
Who let the Butch out?
Yeah. I think both men, especially Sheamus, is going to have, the purple pectorals like Cody Rhodes at the end of Clash, just from eating chops from Gunther. Walter, as he should be called.
Oh, Ludwig needs some backup. We need Eichner. Let's go. Hey, they copying AEW with this move right now? Remember Mox and, was it Okada? Or Tanahashi? Who was it?
What?
AEW had a moment like this where everybody was brawling and there were just two guys nose to nose.
Oh, yeah. I think it was with
Mox
Mox and Tanahashi.
Tanahashi, yeah.
It was before Forbidden Door.
The boys are back. Yo, Pat has grown on me in such a big way. No, that guy's over in my books, and I think he's doing a great job.
Oh, I was a huge fan of him before just watching his show, and then when he agreed to go onto SmackDown and everything, I was like, holy shit. Like, yes, please.
Hey, give us Ludwig versus Butch. I want to see how that goes.
And
Red Dragon.
He knocks the Pete Dunne back into him.
Right. I didn't catch a Red Dragon reference, Victor. So hook us up with the details on that. Right. We're super pumped that you're 618.
It's like two dads watching their kids have a playground fight. Yeah, kind of. Just let them burn it out. They'll tuck in the background. Out.
Are you on the interview? Look in the background right now.
Hold on.
When you get there,
I've got Butch with random stains on his shirt that no one noticed.
Yeah, no comment. No, it's funny. So I'm on a Natty Sonya post-match interview. But what's going on in the background, I think, is more interesting than anything that's coming out of either woman's face.
Oh, yeah. In the back. But I like that they're doing that to where you have to focus on, the background instead of the foreground. Right now, folks, Piper Niven and Nikki Cross, I'll say that, are arguing back and forth and having it out behind Sonya Deville and Natty getting interviewed.
I grew up in a very Scottish world, so I could only imagine what they sound like right now. Right,
I'm not going to do an impression in case we have anyone watching us from that area.
Shout out to my peeps in Scotland.
Right. Isn't that where Ben's from?
Yes, our friend, the Soul Man. Go check out the Soul Sessions. Gunther IC champ. Yes, he is. Rally Sport. They were called the Ash Kickers, or did he just make that up?
Oh, that's not a bad name.
Damage Control is in the house, which they've never officially been referred to as Damage Control, I don't think.
I think that's just another, like how you came up with House of Blue. I think you just heard that and then just ran with it.
Yeah. Okay.
I still call him Kai and Sky.
Oh, shit. This one's for you anyway, Nick.
Okay. How about a heel Punk versus babyface MJF? You could do it. To do it in Chicago is going to be hard as hell. It would take someone like Punk to be able to pull something like that off, but you can't do that. Well, I almost wonder, because AEW's audience is very much, they're a diehard to AEW audience. They're the smart marquee crowd. So if he comes out there and just tears in about all the bullshit that's been going on, go ahead.
No, sorry. Just my only thought on that was but you see the AEW crowd very swing, like most where, you know, as heel as MJF was, they go to Long Island, it didn't matter. And I think that would be very much the case. If you try and flip Punk true heel in Chicago, it's going to be tough.
Yeah, like I said, though, I still think, though, if there's anyone on that roster that could do something like that, it's MJF or CM Punk. So you have him come out and play into all this backstage heat, and he goes and have him, for fuck's sake, be hard with it being Punk, but have him act like he wants to be a WWE guy, or how, you know, he came here because of this, that, and whatever, and have him just lay into the whole fucking locker room. Fuck it.
But that might get him over.
That's a shitty way to look at it.
Right? That's a tough fucking sell, buddy. They might be like, yeah, they suck. They hate you. Fuck them. You're like,
shit, too. If you do that in Chicago, yeah, you ain't gonna turn those people. So there's no way you could do that in Chicago.
No, that's a tough sell. Like, it would have to be something.
It'd be hard as hell to do.
Right, same thing. Punk was getting boos on Wednesday because they were in fucking Ohio. Ohio.
Right.
So, I mean, it's all relative. I mean, you could do it and then just expect, you know what? He's going to get 620. Forget Rey Mysterio. We're moving on up. I mean, there's a lot of possibility here, but we don't even know what the main event is. And I'm really surprised this close to the pay-per-view, we don't know what's happening. And if it comes back on Wednesday or tonight, which it won't be, I don't imagine it'll be Wednesday, where it's like, you know what, we're gonna have the Punk Moxley rematch. I don't know, without some type of big twist, if it can live up to any type of hype, because it doesn't really have any left.
Yeah, the match card certainly does not stack up even to last year's. That's the thing.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm on a News Slam, which, remember, I got to share.
Oh, yeah. We've been over this. Folks, if you're new to the channel, KJ's explained to us the News Slam. It's very much a Canadian-only thing. Yeah. So don't worry, you're not missing anything. He's not getting any secret information. It's basically just a commercial break in Canada.
Thank you so much for the love, Raleigh Sport. We're looking forward to hitting 1,000 subs. I mean, 600. This week was 24 weeks, so 6 months. So
100 a month, folks.
100 a month. We're so far so good. We're happy with that.
80-year-old, and we're already past 100 a month, honestly.
Well, and 100,000 views. We're so humbled by that number. It's crazy. Maybe people are out there like, no big deal, who cares? But it's kind of cool when you got 100,000 views. It feels kind of nice. So we owe a huge thank you to everybody. Right? I'm so happy to see Bailey, Dakota Kai, and Io. I know Chris's night has been made.
I feel like that's the first comment I've seen from Chris, and of course it has to deal with Bailey.
Yes. Thanks, Big Ray. Big Ray, for being here. Have a good time at work, and Nick.
Absolutely, just pop one of them little earbuds in there, a little AirPod or something, so no one, can see it too much, and just keep us going on in the background there, buddy. Call me.
I live 30 minutes from Scotland, and there you go. Who cares? Chris, here's Bailey.
I like that. Now we've literally our whole little community's developed that much that now we've got people pointing out to other fans like, "Hey, your person's on screen. Hey, you might want to watch."
Right? Has Victor given us a cut the shit yet tonight?
No, because CJ ain't here yet. Don't worry. Give it time. We're still not even out of the first hour. We still got 2 more hours, folks.
Mm-hmm. Boom, boom, boom.
Wrong way. Hey, hello, folks. So yes, you just what? So you're stuck with me for right now. But I am right now getting a video package from when Roman laid out, or when Drew laid out Roman last week and held up both titles. I still think Roman walks out of Clash with both belts. I don't know about y'all, and we've got Sami going to Roman's locker. Young, how we doing? Hopefully I pronounced that right. The Usos greet Sami. I think if Punk comes out with Khan and CM Punk runs a promo, how he used his power to run command out of AEW and used his power to take the title away from that bit. Yeah. No, it's Chicago. No one's going to boo Punk in Chicago. Why is Jay basically wearing a crop top? I don't need to see your belly button, man. That's just weird. Yes, actually, recently it was both the Usos' birthday, so happy belated birthday to the Usos. And politic his way to a W against MJF and took. Nah, that'll get him beat up backstage potentially if that's any sort of realness. I don't think it will. You're ahead of me, KJ. I ain't answering you yet. I don't think it'll get him any sort of heat on screen. I think that would all just deal backstage. Hey, the tribal chief is here. And yes, folks, just like Sami is acknowledging the tribal chief, you should acknowledge us, the Wrasslin for Life Network. I know you've probably heard this spiel half a dozen times, but absolutely be a friend, tell a friend, like, share, and subscribe. If there is anything going on in professional wrestling, we are here covering it. We're coming back tomorrow night with both nights of NWA 74. Then we're rolling right along into Monday night NXT Dynamite. Back here for the doubleheader on SmackDown and Rampage, and then we're getting Clash of the Castle. We're getting Worlds Collide. We're getting All Out. It's, like I said earlier, it might be getting a little chillier out there. You know, the temperature's dropping a little bit, but things are certainly heating up when it comes to professional wrestling, folks. Bow before your chief. Yes, acknowledge Roman Reigns, the tribal chief. That's right. Roman Reigns in the building. Yes. Is that true? They refused entry to Canada. Well, all I'm going to say is when you have a criminal record for doing things involving a vehicle, operating a vehicle in a state you shouldn't be, you tend to have a hard time getting into other countries. Just saying. Speaking of that, I heard the Usos are starting a Canadian driving school. Yeah, I don't think so. Haven't seen Heyman since Money in the Bank. I will get to that in one quick second, Edward. Sammy's now dancing for Roman. He's saying how confident he is. But yeah, Heyman, I think they're keeping him out. Well, from what I've heard, is that they're keeping him out, obviously, to sell the injury from the whole match at SummerSlam and to keep that whole continuity going. And that when he does come back, it's going to be a surprise. I don't think, obviously, we're going to get any sort of a heel turn or anything. But it is going to be interesting to see where they get, where they continue with this whole bloodline story, because we've heard the talks about it being Roman versus Brock at WrestleMania. We've heard the rumors that Solo's going to get called up from NXT around, next month. So it's going to be interesting to see how they keep this going in now the cerebral era of WWE with Papa Paul at the helm. Oh, and him and Jimmy have their own personal handshake, but Jay just shows them the door. I do kind of like that, like, oddly, like Sami and Jimmy click, but like Roman and Jay just won't give them the time of day. Could you do streams at once, like House of Glory in the background as well? Damien, we have done that plenty of times, actually. I think we had talked a little bit about House of Glory. I don't think we said anything in stone, but we have absolutely been on here before. I think we've done, we did the last Impact pay-per-view, which I believe was Emergence. We were doing that and SmackDown. And then Rampage right after it. We did it before with XPW and XPW Night of Reckoning and GCW Homecoming. So absolutely, there'll be plenty of times that we're having multiple shows going on at the same time. And trust me, half the time KJ ends up lucking out with the better show. But so now we've got Aaliyah and Raquel Rodriguez. Team Smiles coming out to the ring. This team makes no sense to me. Oh, yeah, Chris. Ding dong. Yes, I've had bad luck with split screens. I think KJ got a Impact. He got Multiverse of Madness, and I got a Go Home show on SmackDown under the Vince era, and it was mostly video packages. Bailey's on commentary. I love it. And Pat's playing into it, too, with the ding dong. And so they're having to do – are they having to do double duty? That's interesting that they had to win the match tonight, and now they're turning around and having another match. I guess that explains why the first match was so fast. Okay. But you didn't have to do it that way. But okay. NWA 74 and House of Glory at the same time tomorrow. I'll be cool. We will take it under consideration. No guarantees, though. But we will take it into consideration. If anything, Damon, you can hop on and let us know what's going on with House of Glory if we ended up not being able to fit it in. How's that sound? I really think Raquel and Aaliyah should have gotten a bye. No, I think, if anything, they should have been one of the teams that should have been in that fatal four-way. I don't get how they got a pass right in there. Meanwhile, we had to have this whole fatal four-way and everything. Because honestly, I think Natalya and Sonya are a much better team. That's who I'm pulling for in this. I don't know who y'all are pulling for, whether it's Team Smiles or I guess Team Technical. But let me know. Right now, we've got Aaliyah and Natalya starting it off with a kip up from Natalya. Ooh, that was a little bit of a sloppy kip up there, Aaliyah. Mm-hmm. DeMarcus, hello, welcome. I believe back. Welcome back. Aaliyah and Raquel remind me of Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley as a tag team. I guess maybe just in like the kind of comparison of one's a powerhouse, one's a little bit lighter, but talent wise, no. Stylistic wise, maybe. And now speaking of Raquel, she gets the tag in, and I'm disappointed that they don't go back to Raquel Gonzalez. I get halfway with the name change and everything, but at least character-wise, have her go back to kind of that. Don't have her just stay as this. I've said it on stream before. If she looked like a woman who was being held at gunpoint, like she needed to blink twice if she needed help. She smiled just way too much. Michinoku driver from Natalya onto the outside on Aaliyah. But yeah, have Raquel just be a badass. Like, have her just be, Christ, they have Dakota Kai back. Have them, kind of eyeing each other up when they cross each other in the hallway and everything. Absolutely. Just have her go back to being the NXT badass she was. Kofi Weedston, what up? Yes, from the Dirty Heels. Yes, she seemed like she had like hooks in or something that was just forcing her to smile. Like it. That's why I'm calling them Team Smiles, because Aaliyah, I don't get how this woman has managed to escape budget cuts. That woman is fucking Harry Houdini when it comes to avoiding budget cuts. Because can someone explain to me what her character is besides woman who smiles, and woman who is kind of okay at wrestling. She's not on the same level as the other three women in the ring. Same here. I pick Raquel and Aaliyah. Oh, Edward picking Raquel and Aaliyah, and same thing with Hung. I'm going with Natalya and Sonya, even though they're doing double duty, just because I don't want to see the smiling anymore. Raquel and Aaliyah are not going anywhere. They're both still fighting. Yeah. I'm in a commercial now, folks. So let me know. What are you excited for that we've still got? We're just past the first hour here. So let me know what you're looking forward to, what's been advertised. That, we still got coming up. We've still got Drew versus Sami. We've still got Claudio versus Dustin for the Ring of Honor title. And Mr. Producer Man is telling me to segue into the ad read. So, folks, if you're going to any event coming up here, do yourself a favor, save yourself a little green. use when you're using code or using SeatGeek. Jesus, got me stumbling all over my words because you just threw me into it. When you go into any event, use SeatGeek. They give you the best offers. They let you know red light, green light, whether it's a good deal, bad deal. Let you see your seat before you get there. Trust me, you should use it because I was trying to get seats to Survivor Series because it's near me. Already almost sold out. So absolutely. If you're going to anything coming up here, use SeatGeek, use code Wrasslin, save yourself $20. And I'm not telling you what to do with your money. And producer man, you better have this set up. But right. So with that extra $20, you can go ahead and grab yourself one of our limited edition Pro Wrestlers Beat Up Sports Entertainment t-shirts from Alt Tees. Go ahead and check him out on Instagram. And we got other stuff coming out. CJ might be coming out with a couple things. KJ might be coming out with a couple of things. Big, like I've been saying all along, big things popping, little things stopping. Up to something season never ends, folks. So absolutely, go ahead. If you're going to anything, any event, whether it's concert, whether you're going to a SmackDown, an AEW show, whether you're going to your local indie show, use SeatGeek, use code Wrasslin, just like it's spelled there on the channel, like it's even spelled there on the t-shirt, and save yourself $20 on that. And then when you're done with that, you can take them $20 and go ahead and grab yourself a nice little t-shirt too. And we are back. Raquel with the big follow-away slam on Sonya Deville. JV saying, I respect your wife if you're married, but if you were going home, yeah, we ain't getting into that. No. No. I can't stand Cruella Deville. I like Sonya. I even liked her, honestly, as an authority figure. I know it didn't kind of make sense. The whole feud with her and Naomi, they never gave any real resolution, and Naomi had to look like a halfway kind of idiot because she had to have Ronda save her ass with one arm tying behind her back, but that's neither here nor there. Raquel and Aaliyah could be unstoppable, though. I don't think so. I can't wait to see Sasha Banks and Naomi back in WWE. I don't think we'll get that, honestly, till the end of the tournament. I believe it's going to be Kai and Sky that win this tournament. I don't know if anybody has any differing opinions, but I think when all said and done and they're up there holding the belts up and everything, that's when you're going to see Sasha and Naomi come out with their set of belts. Once they built up Raquel, I can't see. Yeah, I would like to see a match between Raquel and Rhea. I think that those three women are going to kind of be that next kind of generation. Hopefully that kind of keeps carrying on the women's division and everything. Raquel, Rhea, and Bianca, honestly. I don't know if there's a quote-unquote fourth pillar yet, but absolutely those three for sure. If only CJ were here, boss. I want to see Beth Phoenix versus Rhea. We could see that, honestly, with the whole Edge being involved in Judgment Day, or with that whole feud. So absolutely, we could see that. Be interesting. What do you guys think too about Edge pretty much announcing ahead of time that come August that it's going to be his last match? Is August of next year would probably be his last match. I think that's pretty interesting that he's kind of letting people know he's going on a last year tour. SmackDown is getting taped tonight. Unfortunately, that's kind of the nature of the beast, especially when they have the whole show and a whole pay-per-view nonetheless over in Wales in 2 weeks. So they've kind of got to have some stuff in the tank here. But don't you worry, folks. We will always be live here. Oh, Sonya with a V-trigger on Raquel. 1, 2 count. See, KJ, you're ahead of people. Quit spoiling things. Rhea versus Raquel would be no. I would love to see Sonya with a tag belt. Yeah, absolutely. I honestly, I was the bigger fan of her coming out of the whole wow. And Raquel and Aaliyah get the win with the power bomb. So I guess Edward and Hyung are making me eat my words. But yeah, that whole Absolution, that was the name there, with her and Mandy. I thought Sonya was the kind of breakout star out of that, even though they were obviously, Vince has his type, and that's why we got Mandy. But Mandy's reinvented herself in NXT, but I think Sonya's just continued to be, a constant professional and been honestly super talented and underrated. Yeah, it'll be Edge's last match. No. I think if Edge was going to do something like that, he would have before he got there. I think he's a WWE guy through and through. Only two can retire Edge, Cena or Ray. Well, one's still working with the company, one's still involved with the company. Oh, we've got the maximum male models now. And just please, who's with me here? Free LA Knight. Just allow him to be LA Knight, or at least Eli Drake. No more of this Max Dupree. I mean, he's basically just doing the same voice, the same character as LA Knight. And Hit Row's tour bus is now interrupting the maximum male model photo shoot because, Max Dupree's directing to, undo or Mansauer's, bottom belt and everything. It's just, why is that still a thing on our television screens? Someone tell me. And the New Day returns coming up next. So we're getting Xavier Woods back. Are we going to see and Young? So Raquel and Aaliyah won. They move on. They had the little standoff in the ring with Kai and Sky. So I'm surprised that Raquel and Aaliyah won to begin with.
Boom.
Hey,
buddy, how you doing?
Hi. So, what do you think?
Team Smart. Listen, I was gonna come back, and then I decided to extend my stay.
You saw what was on the screen. You're like, I'm good.
Yeah, I really didn't want to come back. Well, was on. I fucking can't.
Yeah.
I can't handle. Hit Row's bus lighting up. I don't know what they're gonna do. Maybe the blonde chick.
We're gonna get tag team versus tag team.
Yeah, well, I mean, again, fair enough. But I don't know why Mansoor has his shirt open and he's rubbing his nipples. It's a lot.
Well, see right here, you missed it though. I'm starting hashtag free LA Knight.
Yes, do it. Listen, LA Knight, Eli Drake is solid professional wrestler. The minute that man walks through the curtain, he's on. He's on every fucking time. And listen, I'm surprised. I thought when they pulled him out of this and got him away from that this would be a resurgence for him. Now, apparently, he wanted to go back into and decided.
Well, because it was that, or he might have gotten, the old pink slip.
No way. There is a place for LA Knight on this roster.
Oh, absolutely. If there's not, you goddamn well better make one.
Yes, Eli Drake.
Daniel, see, your favorite guy there, Daniel Garcia and Jericho, are second and third best in Jericho Jackass Appreciation Society. Daddy Magic is a potential. He looks bigger than both of them, and also look. Oh, you're talking about Coke and Diet Coke there? No,
Coke and Diet Coke. Man, this is like Devi. Welcome to the show, by the way. And I don't want to foo-foo the comment, but the fact of Daniel Garcia and Jericho being the best two out of that group it's really a no contest.
That's facts. Or, no, they're not second and third. They're 1 and 2.
1 and 2. Did I say second and third? 1 and 2, which makes sense, right? But our second or third best.
He's saying the second and third. I disagree with that.
No,
they're 1 and 2. I'm a big fan of Daniel Garcia. You think he's overpushed, overhyped, over?
No, he's overpushed. He's overexposed. We see him way too much. And again, go back through the records. He has been highlighted a lot. I don't think he's bad. I do see a lot of upside in him, but you do have to, kind of fucking let it breathe sometimes. He's consistently, since he debuted, him and Diet Coke and Coke have literally been on a heater as far as just fucking with everybody. And it started with Moxley, Kingston. Like, they've been messing with big names since day one. Like this, and he looks young as shit. He looks 18. And he's all of a sudden giving Eddie Kingston a hard time. He beats Daniel Bryan. It's just, it's been a lot of said Daniel.
I said it the other day, and I think it reigns completely true, is he's the Austin Theory of AEW. I'm a big fan of it, though. I do like the whole idea that he's going to end up joining the BCC. But yeah,
I like that angle.
Yeah.
But I mean, that group sucks so bad. And I do think Jericho and Daniel are number 1 and 2. But I mean, you know, Coke and Diet Coke are all right. I mean, Coke is doing his best Jim the Anvil Neidhart possible imitation that he can. And if you guys don't know Natty's dad, go look him up and tell me that that's not what he's doing. And I get it. That's, you know, each one of them has their own like sports entertainer angle, right?
Right.
We got Los Lobos on the screen, by the way.
Yeah, Los Lotharios, not Los Lobos. They're not singing How Far Is Heaven.
Right.
Oh, and Xavier's in a wheelchair. Oh, wait, he's going to do that. I'm fine. I'm healed.
What?
I have Xavier right now with Kofi in the ring, and Xavier's sitting in a wheelchair, and I said he's going to end up doing the whole, you know, I'm fine. I'm healed. He's going to end up coming standing up. I hope.
I actually let you get ahead of me.
Hey, there we go. And the crowd's all cheering New Day rocks.
No, he's getting out of that wheelchair. Hashtag, I like it.
Ooh, Xavier's still got a whole serious to him, though.
Boss Monster says Daniel has no physique, meaning violent physicality. Yeah, I mean, again, he doesn't look like that. Like, I beat the shit out of Daniel Garcia.
He fits into that Wheeler Yuta, that Daniel Bryan mold.
Dude, you would bear hug him. You could hold your fucking hand on the top of his head and swing.
Wow, sit there. Sit, boo-boo, sit.
Right? He's fucking my, you know, my leg. All right, we're getting a very heartfelt promo by the New Day who have returned, if you guys are following along. You think Hunter will bring back in a new design for the Universal title? Please, please, Papa Paul. We haven't had a Papa Paul session in a while. But please, Papa Paul, change up the belts. I mean, it really, give Roman one really nice belt.
Yeah, do an actual undisputed title again. Just bring that belt back.
The raid is on.
Oh, that's my cue.
He's going to bounce as the Hot Topic Raiders are on the way to the ring. Folks, as the Viking Raiders come out, I will remind everybody, we are the Wrestling for Life Network, and we are here 7 days a week, most weeks. When there's wrestling happening, we are here covering it. So don't forget, this weekend, if you like classic wrestling, if you like good studio wrestling, if you like a little taste of the old school, well, this weekend, Saturday and Sunday, we have NWA 74. We're going to be on this stream probably in the neighborhood of 10 hours this weekend, covering night 1 and night 2, stacked cards both nights. Crazy names. We got Tyrus. We got Aldis. We got Cardona in a open challenge kind of idea. He's picking his own opponent, so we'll figure out how this works. Taya Valkyrie. We have so much going on, and she's going up against Camille. I'm excited for that match. There's so much going on. Ricky Morton's son is going for, I believe, the junior heavyweight title. It's just nonstop all night, 2 nights, packed cards, and then we're right back at it Monday, Tuesdays, Wednesdays. If you're new here and you don't know, we do this all the time. We cover all the wrestling, and if any exciting news pops up, we jump on and cover that, plus our original content. But Woods just got out of the wheelchair like we didn't know, and they got kendo sticks. Kendo Kingston is back. Now I'm not digging this. Jeff Cobb and the Great O'Connor intimidating. Jeff Cobb is outstanding. That guy's a house. Where we made a joke about smacking Danny Garcia around. Jeff Cobb, no thank you. Wow. So the New Day. Now, the New Day are back. They gave a little bit of a whooping to the Raiders. The Raiders roll out, and they're not happy. Neither is Nick. Why is Xavier sitting in a wheelchair? I saw him walking around, right? Well, we kind of knew where this was going anyway, Edward. So, and we got to our expected conclusion. Wow. The graphic for Sami is my favorite thing on wrestling right now. Do you see that? Is anyone at home watching this and the look on Sami's face on his new graphic? Wow. Why is Xavier sitting in a wheelchair? We covered that one. Welcome back, boy. Welcome back, guys. Hassan, good to see you. Thank you for being here again. DeMarcus. Xavier Woods should join Hit Row as the mouthpiece. Interesting. I think they feel like AJ's kind of the mouthpiece, but to your point, Xavier Woods can do it better. All the WWE titles need to be unique. If you have the 2 world and 2 tags, make them one title and make them all unique. I completely agree. FCW, completely agree with that concept. Like, they got to stand out. They got to be unique. They got to matter. I love that we're doing little video packages right now for both the IC title and the US title, reminding people there's a history, that they're important, that the guys with the title are important. They're over. The matches are going to be good. And Triple H has highlighted those mid-card titles really well. I mean, Shinsuke Gunther was great. A really solid, good match with a good amount of time with a good finish. Ooh, perfect. So the same thing with the heavyweight. I mean, like you said, that identical look, it cheapens it for me. There should be unique looks to each title. And if we're going to eventually dissolve them down to one, then do it. But make them look different. Like just changing the color of the straps to me is lazy. It was probably a money decision. We can make more belts this way. We don't have to have unique belts to put out for merchandise. We can just cover it in one swoop and change the colors. That's loud. I got a question, JV. I like when you have a question. Whatever happened to the giant cardboard man Apollo Crews used to roll with? As far as I understand it, he's doing dark matches. Wait, shoot. I know the answer to this. He's kicking around somewhere. He's not gone. But they gave him a different look, and he was hanging around with somebody. Fact checkers. I know Nick and Boss and a bunch of Victor and all my fact checkers, Dale. Remind me, where is a sneeze? They gave him a new look. Big bad hot topic Raiders, huh? Yeah, that's not good. That wasn't my favorite segment. I found the outcome in the New Day's shtick was obvious. The promo was a bit boring. The Viking Raiders look like they're chicken shit again. Not my favorite segment, but it was cute. Clinton says, so yeah, they are really pushing Tyrus, not just in the NWA, but on Fox News as well. And they are really pushing this deal of him possibly winning the NWA 74 thing. Tyrus has done well for himself. He's really done a good job building up that. Again, the guys who are in NWA, Nick Aldis, Murdoch, Tyrus, Mac, there's a bunch of them there that have really carved out a niche. And I mean, you see guys like Cardona go in there. There's a few other names that are eluding me at the moment, but you see a good wealth of talent that show up, and people love signing on and going to those shows. Like I said, well, who I miss, like Taya Valkyrie, and you have other wrestlers dropping in, and it adds so much. We saw the Briscoes win the Crockett Cup here on this channel. What was that about The Undertaker? General Aziz is in NXT. There you go. Aziz is back in NXT. That was the rumor. He's with Cora. That's what it is. All right. So We're getting a horrible NWA impersonation. Wait, what? Wow. So, spray painted Street Profits, private party, rude. Street Profits bus. Pat McAfee. Something up. Guys, let me know in the chat. What are you thinking about where they're heading with this whole Sami angle? They're really pushing the point that, they're pushing him down. Wow. So there's beef. We got beef. Sami and the Usos are looking like an AEW locker room. Do you see Emma coming back to WWE, KJ, to join her boyfriend, Madcap Moss? I don't know if it's going to be specifically to join her boyfriend, Damian, but I could see Emma is highly regarded. She's done well. She did well in Impact. And if she's looking to continue wrestling, I could see her coming back to WWE and seeing if they could put her back out there. She can wrestle. She's, spent a lot of time in the ring with really good competition. And she's kind of got that character down pat at this point. Is she one of the ladies that Triple H might look at and say, we can give her a second chance? Possibly. I could also see, again, because of the circumstance, that Tony will look at his women's division and go, she might be a nice add. They just added Madison Rayne. I'm getting a Drew McIntyre package again. Interesting. Aziz is back in the NXT as the bouncer now, apparently. Yes. I remember the Ultimate Warrior used to walk out with different color IC titles. Well, the IC titles would change color back in the day. Like, you get different straps. And, we've seen it again with Cena and obviously through all of them, we've seen the changes in each title. But, yeah, sometimes that would happen, yes. But I do think it generally came off different title reigns. And you did not see him walk out ever, for the record. That man never walked out. NXT. Thank you, fact checkers. He's going to reunite with KO, win the titles. I like the idea. Drew, KO, and Sami going up against the Bloodline. Interesting. Emma could really wrestle. I agree, Boss Monster. So that's got potential. That idea has legs. And again, I think Triple H is very open to these reclamation projects where it's wrestlers that he knows he's seen good things in. He's watched them enough to know their potential, and an opportunity to book them properly, or maybe book them in the vision that you would have booked them originally. We've seen it. Karrion Kross, perfect example. Right? Like, we're going to see more of that, of Johnny Gargano. He was going to be trapped in NXT forever. Vince was never going to, I can't say never, but it looked highly unlikely that Johnny Gargano was ever going to end up in the main roster. But now we got Ciampa up there. We got Gargano up there. And these are all athletes that we're hoping to get a new feel, a new vibe. We took Ezekiel. The assumption is, they're going to fix him up. It's a lot of in-house work. And it's never been a doubt. When you put on paper the talent that the WWE has, it's never been a doubt that they had a lot of talent. They've always had a lot of talent. And that was one of the things when WWE was putting out really shit shows, WWE fans would always come out with like, yeah, but this wrestler's better than that wrestler and blah, blah, blah. And we have more. Yes. But they were still being put on a bad stage and they were, packaged poorly. So for me, I'm all for seeing some of these opportunities that Triple H has. And we'll see what he does with it. I like this. I really like the Clash at the Castle graphic they're doing. The CGI, the AR, it's really cool. On Peacock. Here comes Drew. So Drew McIntyre coming out to the ring. Lots of time on the clock, folks. I want Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn to defeat the Usos for the Undisputed Tag Team Championships. Damian, I'm all for it. I'm right there with you, bro. KJ, the way you said projects, you should sounded British there for a second. Is it a little touch, right? A little touch. When you think Charlotte Flair is coming back? DeMarcus, good question. I don't know. Everybody can't come back at Clash. Maybe the Raw after Clash or the SmackDown after Clash soon. Because whoever comes out of Clash with that belt is going to need somebody to talk to. Either one. Alexander, what has happened so far? Sami Zayn's had some issues with the Usos and the Bloodline, and he's going up against Drew McIntyre right now. And actually, in all fairness, we're kind of late in the show. What else happened? The Viking Raiders got beat up by the New Day, who returned. Xavier Woods faked being in a wheelchair momentarily to jump up, and holy crap, he's a crapple. And he was good to go. What else did we get tonight? Do they give them the half hour? Yeah, I think so. With some, I think this ends with both guys getting the shit kicked out of them by the New Day. The New Day, son of a bitch. The Bloodline. I think both guys might get thumped. They might have a good solid 20-minute match, but there's a little bit of chaos here to fill in the end. And remember, this is the last live kind of bit of the show that we're going to get. They are taping the next episode of SmackDown as well. So next week's show is going to be a pre-record because they'll be traveling overseas. So, yeah, I think we're going to get some stuff here. I wonder if MJF ever figured out he was replaced by Britt Baker. I don't think he was. Do you think? Clinton, it's kind of funny. Very good promo package with Drew. They've been hyping Drew good. It almost makes you feel like he could win.
Yeah, keyword almost there.
Almost. Close.
Yes. Speaking of almost, where's almost been?
Who cares? Oh, shit. What else do we got here, Nick? Welcome back, by the way.
Yes. I had to take a little pause for the cause, but absolutely back for another conversation with the congregation.
Nice. KJ, I couldn't understand why AEW would put the title back on Britt Baker because she brings the ratings that you don't have right now, and she can bring more casual fans.
But they've been there, done that.
Well, a little bit. And the thing was, Britt Baker's title run got stale, and not necessarily because of her. Kind of because of her booking, and B, because they ran out of really good talent for her to fight.
Right.
She stomped a lot of ladies, right? Like, so it just kind of got stale. So you had to space out her rivalries. You had to space out her programs. So she kind of got dull and a little irrelevant. We'll see what happens. I don't think she's winning the belt at all out.
Oh, yeah. Well, the rumors and speculation and everything was going into when it was just going to be Toni Storm versus Thunder, that Toni was still leaving with the belt. So she could still leave with it now. My dark horse is still Jamie Hayter. I'm still waiting for the Jamie Hayter versus Britt Baker feud, but I think all in all, with all of this going on right now, we might not get that for a bit. I
don't know, right? Now, and I'll be 100% honest with you, and this might be completely talking out of my ass, but you heard it here first. I haven't heard anyone else put this out there, but Britt Baker would be phenomenal in the WWE. You imagine her entrance and her attitude and the way she can cut a promo with behind that, where she walks out and that stage lights up with pyro and she does the old, that'd be amazing.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Let's go. She's one of the ones where she comes off like a pro wrestler, but she has that WWE vibe because of the way she carries herself. And that's where that separation happens in that locker room.
She carries herself as a top talent.
Really does. And she's always on character. Interviews, like a lot, she's always on point. I don't know if she's a big ratings pusher, though. I don't know.
She was, I feel, for a minute, and then she cooled off.
So we got Drew for the win. What do you think?
Oh, Drew. still put him over, and I think there's still. We've heard talks about we had the off-air hug between KO and Sami, so I think we're still going to get that whole kind of split between the Bloodline and Sami, the Ska Moen.
The Ska Moen.
And you've still got to book Drew to look strong and look like a killer going into Clash.
You got to make him look like a Aussie Roman. Yeah, did you see this custom Aussie monster?
No, but I got a mac and cheese bowl ad right now.
Oh shit! Wait till you see the Ozzy Osbourne. It's creepy.
Oh,
Drew will win.
Oh, what the fuck?
Triple H needs to bring back Robert Roode. Give him a major push. I don't know about a major push, but bring him back. Let him fight for the IC title. He's a workhorse. He can go in that ring, and I just want to watch that entrance. I really do.
Yeah, he could go for the US or the IC title. I think he would still be good right now as like a top tier mid card guy.
And he's a good guy. He can go. He's solid enough and experienced enough that he could easily be that baby face where people are like, "Oh, he's back," and we missed his awesome entrance. But he could also turn heel very quick and be a competitor for a guy like Drew McIntyre. Or, even if he doesn't win the title, he can chase for it in a believable fashion.
He's a good, steady hand, I guess is the best way that you can put it.
Really
he's reliable. You know what you're going to get.
Next week, Karrion Kross in-ring debut.
Oh, you got that. I got them saying how next week it's going to be Roman Reigns celebrating 2 years as Universal Champion.
That's madness, but... yeah, we're getting Karrion Kross's in-ring return.
And Ronda Rousey's final judgment.
Oh, shit. You're fired.
Judge Judy.
Right? We have Maury Povich come out. You are not a wrestler.
Yes. But so what jobber do they throw in the ring with Karrion Kross? Because he's not losing his first match.
Madcap?
Oh, we're getting Hit Row versus
Hit Row versus
yes, yeah. But see, you called it Butch versus Ludwig.
That I did. Yeah, no, it makes sense, right?
Yeah, well, like Edward said right here, next week SmackDown looks like it's going to be a hell of a show. It's the go home show for Clash.
You mean the new regime actually takes a little bit of value in the go home show?
Woo-hoo. Yeah, we're getting a Viking rules match, so whatever the hell that means. Apparently, they're going to go shopping for clothing. Sure. They're going to go shopping for chain wallets and alternative band shirts at Hot Topic. That's what a Viking rules match is going to be.
Right? Get out of here.
Whether to go,
I was going much darker, but. You went the Hot Topic route. I thought they were going to be smeared in goat's blood and have axes.
No.
It's like a duel, but axes. They just stand there and chuck back and forth.
Dropped out.
I didn't like that. I didn't like how they build that or booked that. Booked. I
don't like how anything they've done with that.
Wait, did we read any of these?
Maybe. KJ and Nick, I understand Eddie Kingston went on Twitter and said it was my bad with the whole Sami situation. Yeah, he did. He admitted, and I even saw today, and I retweeted even too, that he said, granted, Sami's quote was, I feel very much coached and very much planned and calculated, but that's neither here nor there. But even Eddie did go out and say, it's my bad, leave Sami alone.
I don't want that shit.
If this was in a criminal case, I'd be the one at fault.
Oh, fuck off.
I get it. Trust me, I'm very much in Team Eddie if you haven't known by now.
Absolutely. But I hate this. Especially for the character that he is. He can privately say, you know what, Sami, my bad, or whatever. But they leave that shit alone and you buy it. And now
I think it just makes him look like an actual genuine human being. And that's been the biggest selling point on Eddie is that he's an actual honest to God. That's him on screen and off.
No. I think it's a soft move. I don't like it. We talk about the old school wrestlers and we're like, shit, if some of them had Twitter and shit back in the day, but you wouldn't get any of them coming out with apologies publicly. Oh, I didn't mean to hurt your feelings, bro. No, they held that shit. And even when you did know there was real beef,
it's more of him just trying to tide the.
You don't do that heading into a pay-per-view.
Well, no, I think it's him trying to rein in the toxic at times internet wrestling fandom.
No, ride it. Ride that shit. Ride it. Like, come on.
But the locker room's toxic enough. Try and put the flames out.
But no, I mean, again, you can do that. You have this big, like, fucking group meeting, and Eddie goes, listen, man, I'm really fucking, you know, whatever. You be good. Like, you're a dick. I'm a dick. Who cares? But you let it hang for the public. We don't need to know everything. Steven Spielberg doesn't come out and tell us how his movie's going to fucking play out or apologize for a part that might be offensive, even though we haven't seen it yet. You got to leave that part of the kayfabe alive. And I don't think you need, like, we as a culture apologize too goddamn much nowadays. I'm sorry.
Yeah, well, coming from a Canadian, that's hilarious.
Right? It's too much.
But that might just be a you thing. But
maybe
I do think, though, that's a thing, though, like you alluded to earlier with everything going on with AEW, we shouldn't know every single detail of what happened in that situation. And granted, yes, Eddie did put his hand on Sami and everything, but if you're yelling at somebody and you have issue with them and all that, and you're just smirking like an asshole back at them, it's going to be hard for me to not put my hands on you.
Again, Sami's not a huge guy. He's not overly big. And you say to a guy like fucking Eddie Kingston, hey, fat ass, you're going to get decked. Like, I mean, really, it's shit, man. Like, what did he expect? Imagine you're standing next to someone and waiting for the bus, and the guy just looks at you and goes, what up, fat ass? You'd fucking headbutt him. Get out of here. And when you're, sorry. No, fuck that shit. Face palm.
Anyways, we should be talking about this hell of a match that's going on right now. We've got Drew with a tilt-a-whirl and backbreaker on Sami. This has been much more serious, applauding, thought out Drew. It's not, let 1, 2. No, he'll hit a big move and then just look at Sami like a fucking psychopath.
Oh shit!
Oh,
sunset flip power bomb. Boom.
I've got both men on the top turnbuckle right now.
Oh, it's getting there. I'm gonna wait up. But I would actually like to see an interview from Eddie's point of view to see if he actually told Sami beforehand not to say that stuff, and Sami went off script and did it anyway. Here's the interesting part about this comment, Anthony, is that's what shocks me about AEW right now is it seems like the Wild West. It seems like there's no, like, even if the boss was like, don't do it, they're like, all right, Tony. Really, I mean, it's an issue because, well, Punk went off script, Page went off script, Bucks go off script, this one went off script, that one went off script. You're like, holy shit, who's in charge? Because I know in the WWE, if you're constantly going off script and deviating, there's consequences, and then the wrestlers know that.
Yeah, that's the thing, is there's no repercussions for any sort of actions. I mean, a 2-week suspension to Eddie's the most we've seen or heard of any sort of repercussions for any sort of actions back there.
Man, that's ridiculous. 2 athletes got in a fucking scuffle, and
it's not even that much of a scuffle. He pie-faced him. Like, you've seen kindergarten.
And he should have got pie-faced.
More than that.
It's probably because he fucking snapped his neck when he did it.
It's because you touched the prize, Sammy Guevara.
It's bullshit. But this kind of chaos it's insane right now.
Yeah, like, well, Edward's saying here of just follow what Bischoff says. Controversy creates cash. Yeah,
now,
but
that's intriguing.
If that worked, then WCW would still be a company.
It works when you control it. Like, we saw the attitude
controlling that.
No, that's the thing. Like, you saw the Attitude Era, chaos, cars blowing up, monster trucks, Zambonis, milk trucks, beer trucks, fucking chaos and hangings and crucifix. Bring it back. Crucifixions. There we go.
Right.
There was tons of crazy shit, but they controlled the environment. They controlled the narrative. Sorry, CYN. But they kind of directed where things would go.
It all ran through Vince. You had guys like, speaking of Vince's, you had Vince Russo, who is the definition of car crash booking. but his chaos was
team up with
filtered
AEW.
through Vince, and it was actually made to make sense and everything. WCW just went completely off the rails, and I've been saying this now for it feels like 2 weeks or more. AEW is getting very much that vibe that it feels like WCW did towards its back years. Towards the end when it was just Bischoff and Vince Russo just doing whatever the hell they wanted. Like
booking 2 separate shows at the same fucking time is the most amazing part of that whole story.
Yeah.
Like two men in the same organization trying to do the same job at the same time to prove a point. Wow.
Well, I mean, it feels like you've got a little bit of that going on with AEW now. It's the inmates are running the asylum.
I believe, and I really hoped, and maybe in time it shows, but I really thought Regal, Henry, Show, Christian, Sting, Swami, Sam, like all these veterans would really help. But if the guy at the top doesn't really listen, or like listens when you talk about your segment, but doesn't, if you not have a really open door as far as using those filters, because Tony's proven as a filter for the chaos, he's not great. He's easily swayed, he's easily pursued, and his basement fan
caught up in it.
And it's just anarchy and chaos and
that's the thing is I think you hit the nail on the head there of it's just that Tony's not listening. I've said it for the longest time, and other people have picked up on it. It's Tony Khan just playing like with his action figures like we all did as kids growing up.
Right.
He doesn't want to listen to anybody of mom or dad telling him to put his toys away.
Right.
Or okay, you've used this one enough. Maybe you should play with this one for a little while. He doesn't want to hear any of that. He just listens to his EVPs, which despite what they want to say about not having a say in booking, I call bullshit on that. But he has nothing but yes men around him, to quote a CM Punk pipe bomb line.
Right. It's not necessarily wrong.
Yes, and the match is still going there, boss. I see your comment. Sami with a tornado DDT off the top rope onto Drew. This is I'm glad they're basically giving them the last half hour.
Yeah, I mean, the night's been quick. And again, a good amount of time for a good wrestling match. With wrestlers in a wrestling ring.
Oh, headbutt. Well, and that's the thing is when the match is good, it goes by fast.
The Glasgow Kiss lands on the mark. Sami is down. Drew's hulking up. Is the match going on? Yes, it is. Yes, bad look. Oh, no, you clicked that yet. My bad.
And remember, TK was at Sami's wedding. Yes, he was.
Man, listen, I mean, you can't really say much. Vince did some dancing in the day that was really fucked up what he did. But whoa!
Oh, Sami's just getting tossed from pillar to post right now. But yeah, with Tony and all of that, it's
wow.
Like I said, Tony's one of those guys that he feels cool. He's so happy that he gets to be around pro wrestlers. So he thinks you invite him to his wedding. Okay, now you're the coolest guy. You're his best friend, right? That's Tony in a nutshell.
There we go. Here we go. We called it.
The Usos come out.
Blue Thunder Bomb.
Oh.
Dose.
2 count. See, he should have hit the most devastating move on professional wrestling, the surprise roll-up, and he would have gotten a 3 count.
Yeah, that's it. So the Usos said they weren't coming. They came. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stories, and I mean, we'll get into that later. But right now, the Usos are down at ringside. Sami's in control of Drew McIntyre. I still think Drew's winning. If you haven't put a prediction in the box yet, please do so. And remember, at the top of the hour, we're coming back with Rampage.
Yeah. Oh, big chop from Drew.
It's a busy Rampage card tonight.
Both Usos eat a shot.
Here comes
roll up.
Claymore!
2 count.
Maybe.
Claymore.
So close.
Claymore country. 3 count. And Drew picks up the win, ladies and gentlemen.
Here comes the look out. He got him.
The tribal chief is back. Hey, we got time. So is Roman just going to lay a beat down on Drew for the next 7 minutes?
Yeah, we got time on the clock. Tick, tick, tick. So,
Speaking of on the clock, do we get
right? Nice pickup, bro.
Yeah.
But that's where
I love the way Roman talks shit, to be honest. Like while he's whooping your ass. You believe everything with Roman right now. Like I said, key to me is I understand WWE, AEW, New Japan, all that. Roman Reigns is the best doing it.
No, listen, it's undeniable. And anybody out there right now who says Roman Reigns is shit, blah, 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 it's hate. It's blind hate. It's bias.
Tribalism.
You can't. He is in a fucking groove as a
Roman with a big spear on Drew.
Drew is down. But it is literally... Oh my God.
Got a chair thrown in. 2 chairs.
Wow. Drew McIntyre taking a whooping.
Just teeing off on him.
We're not getting Carrion in this scenario.
It's like dealing with a pack of wolves.
Right? We're not getting Carrion in this scenario.
Does he come out as like the Vulture and just picks off the remains?
I don't think so. I think this is about Clash right now.
But then we've still got a hell of a... I'm interested, though, to see if we're going to get a 5-minute ass whooping of Drew. That might do more harm than good.
They'll put him through the table, and then we'll have like 3 minutes of them just standing there with their fucking arms up. You know how it goes with Roman. We stretch some shit out.
Roman's exit, and it's as long as his entrance.
Right? But I like when the Usos are in badass mode. I like when the Usos look like more than just weak cronies, especially because they're title holders. And look, Sami. Yo, Sammy's gonna kick an Us. No, he didn't. He got him.
And it's gonna be Jimmy.
Oh,
thank God.
Didn't you think so?
Kick right onto Drew, draping over the barricade. This is a dissection of
they are decimating Drew McIntyre, folks.
Right, but that's how does this make him ever seem like a threat?
Because now he's the underdog that he's fighting from the bottom.
And
he's Rocky.
And
he's the underdog.
They're going to town on him. Steps to the chest, steps to the head, while Roman's just looking off the top winning.
You think McIntyre's winning this match, or
I think it was that match?
Boss is yawning. Boss, you need some caffeine, buddy. You're always sleepy around here. It force-fed boredom from the McMahons.
You mean the Levesques?
Wow.
And the Usos just roll Drew into the ring. And
Roman,
like I said,
wow, Roman, look at Drew's back, dude. Drew is bleeding. He broke the skin on his back.
Oh, wow. Yeah, he's all scraped up on his back. Like you see gashes in his back as Roman's choking him out. But I get being an underdog, but like shit, you already didn't think he was going to win. Now you're like, well, for fuck's sake, now I know he's not.
Maybe they ran early. They just go kick the shit out of him until we're off the clock.
Right.
Yo, this is good though, man. What an end to this show.
And Roman's just going to sit there looking at him. Just sit on his
look,
chest.
Here's your belt, sir. This is good shit.
That's a hell of an image of Roman's got the chair right over Drew's throat as he's getting both titles handed to him. That's the thing. Roman absolutely feels like absolutely chef's kiss to that. Roman feels like an end boss. Like he's the final boss of professional wrestling. That image right there, I need that as like a fucking wallpaper or like blown up on my wall or something. Just him sitting there.
Mm-hmm. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of SmackDown. You can start dropping your ratings for SmackDown out of 10 in the chat. We're going to regroup and kick it off with Rampage. Don't go anywhere. Just bop to the song, and we'll be right back here with you. Let's go. Boom. And I told you we'd be back, and we are back. We are transitioning to Rampage. We're not stopping, folks. We're still going. Was that ticker off the whole night? But
I
yeah,
don't know.
I don't know. But yes, folks, we're back at it. We're rolling through Rampage. There's lots on the card tonight. Let's see what tonight brings, Nick. I know you're excited about Claudio and Dustin.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think we're gonna get a match that I hope is on par with, and I know this might be a little bit of a reach, but with Cody and Dustin, because I think both men are actually gonna want to put their fucking work boots on and just go to town. Like, I think this is not that Dustin exactly needs to, but I think this is him gonna cement, like, hey, I deserve to be here, all of that. Like, I'm still here. So folks, let us know what you're excited for Rampage. Like KJ was saying, it's kind of turned out to be a packed card. Maybe Tony's doing a little bit too much. But also drop your ratings for SmackDown tonight. I feel a little bit of a meh show. Not a Rampage. It's a beatable SmackDown. I'll put it this way. If we're looking at this of being competition or anything like that, it's a beatable SmackDown on the night. With that being said, Dale says, good end of the show. Yeah, I did like the end of the show. That's always been a saving grace for WWE, and especially SmackDown, is the end of the show is normally the saving grace of it. Fantasy Championship Wrestling. The spot of the show would be 20 times better without the cookie cutter title belts. Yeah, but I think that kind of, now you see all these times to where anyone that wins the Super Bowl, there's Hunter there posing with them, holding with the title belt, or they've got one sent to them already. They win the Stanley Cup, they're holding up the WWE title belt. It helps because you can have it go to any situation. And think about how many people have seen the WWE Championship and never watched a minute of Raw or SmackDown. And hot damn, we are kicking right off here, folks, on Rampage with the House of Black versus the Dark Order, starting off the trios match tournament. Speaking of that, that match on Dynamite between Aussie Open and Death Triangle, or United Empire, I should say, and Death Triangle, absolutely. Go take time out of your day. Go find that match. Go watch it. That match was phenomenal. That's absolutely my match of the week. If there's anything you need to see that's happened in ring this week, it's that match. So, folks, we've got Dan Houston and the Best Friends and OC sitting at ringside. So, folks, let me know who you have for this match. I'm obviously pulling for the House of Black in this. But also drop your ratings for SmackDown as we're kicking off and transitioning between shows. So we've got Brody King in the ring, and Five looking like he just tweaked his knee, got a tag out. So John Silver's in. So we've got Johnny Hungy and Brody King. So just the size comparison alone is a sight to behold. Oh, and Murphy's in, so we're going to get some fast-paced action now. Damien says 8 out of 10 for SmackDown. FCW says 8 out of 10 as well. Dale with a 4. Edward with an 8. Finally, I can turn my volume up on my boss. Really, you don't like Michael Cole and Pat? I think they're the best commentary team going right now, especially, honestly, over Excalibur. But, yeah, I think that especially now that the reins have been taken off, I think that they're great on commentary. DeMarcus with a 7 out of 10. I can't wait to see Wardlow in this episode of Rampage, and Dustin versus Claudio, and Dark Order versus House of Black. Well, Damon, we're kicking off with one of those matches right now, like I said, and we have Murphy and John Silver in the ring right now. And nice little kind of headstand flip from Johnny Hungy. Spinning back kick to the gut. Rampage has begun. Yes, it has, Robert. Thank you for everybody watching along here, folks. Sorry, cookie cutter titles to me are multiple titles that look pretty much the same. Yeah, but that's again, it's a little bit of branding, like I said, of now anybody can throw that on, and you've just got a giant WWE logo on there. I've said it before. To me, WWE is a little bit of the Disney of professional wrestling, so you got to kind of take some of the bad with the good. And now we've got Malakai Black in the ring, and yes, folks, we are getting exclusive video footage on CM Punk after his, and now we've got Malakai sitting down cross-legged in the middle of the ring, but we're getting exclusive video footage on the whole situation following Punk's injury. Rampage is live. Let's go. Yes, folks. If you are just joining us, we are the Wrestling for Life Network. We just finished covering SmackDown. So if you were watching along, if you know anything that happened with that, if you were watching us before, leave your rating like a couple people did above you. And we are right now headed on through the hour of Rampage. We've got right now the Dark Order versus the House of Black in the Trios tournament going on. And I'm hoping we're going to end with the main event of Claudio versus Dustin. But it does look like it might be a little bit of a packed night. So I hope they get some good time. House of Black for the win. Yeah, that's who I'm taking. Michael Cole is much better now that Vince isn't in his ear. See, absolutely. I agree with you, Edward. What happened to JBL? Hey, they're called rumors and speculation for a reason. Doesn't mean it's always going to happen. Who won the Drew versus Sami match? Alexander. Drew won and then proceeded to get his ass handed to him by the Bloodline. That was almost 7 minutes of Drew just getting his ass whooped. Commercial break. Right now, I have picture-in-picture. 9 out of 10 because Bayley, Dakota Kai, and Io Sky was on SmackDown. Chris, your rating scale, I think, is more all over the place than mine is even. I don't know what to make of it. And yes, Edward Drew won. They gave United Empire Will Ospreay's versus. Yes, I did see that Dave Meltzer gave that a 5-star rating.
However, who cares?
Well, I was about to say, however much validity you still want to give to Meltzer's ratings.
None. Did you miss me?
Oh, yeah.
Right? No, the Meltzer, listen, it was a great match. It deserves 5 stars, whatever, but that star rating is so horseshit.
Oh, yeah, and now it's a little bit of, it seems like fan service at this point. Like, honestly, Meltzer's star rating has as much credibility as our ratings. So.
Right.
Speaking of ratings, what did you want to give SmackDown?
SmackDown is solid 8 for me.
Interesting. I saw a fair amount of people give it, 8s. I think I saw Dale give it a 4. I'm going to go 7. I was debating between a 6 or a 7. I'm going to go 7 because I did like the ending. I did that they had the Nikki A.S.H, the Doudrop kind of stuff going on in behind the scenes during the interview. Like it very much had that Papa Paul feel to it, but it just wasn't. Like I said, it's a beatable SmackDown.
Yeah, I mean, it was good, though. I mean, I felt like it was consistent all the way through. There wasn't that many low points. I mean, again, you get the point across like something like Nikki and Doudrop are beefing without making it a big highlighted promo scene that takes forever.
Aaliyah and Raquel won. Hot Topic Raiders. There's 2 negatives I can say right there.
I didn't necessarily love on the show, but that's
there's 3.
Yeah,
we're adding up.
All right, but I thought it ended really strong. I really like how they played it out. I'm good with all of it. So I'm okay with my 8, sir. 9 because Chris, like you said, Chris is a wacky fellow. 7.25 from our buddy.
I like that we're getting into percentages.
Right, 8.8 from Alexander.
But folks,
10
so let
is
us
on
know
fire.
who you have for this match.
Yeah, who do
Dark
you
Order
got?
versus House of Black. I got House of Black. Easy.
House of Black, they need it. And they
Oh,
should get it.
absolutely. I could see them winning the tournament, to be
They
honest.
cannot lose to the Job Squad.
That you're not wrong.
They are the Job Squad. Especially wow, buddy.
Brody King just sent John Silver's jaw into the third row.
The Meteora was pretty too, though.
Yes, sir.
I don't know. Reynolds never really got over for me.
I struggle to remember some of their names at times. I won't lie.
When Johnny Hungy's the best member of your crew, you got problems.
Yeah.
Oh,
he's ripping off the brace.
Wow. Brody Lee no sells a stunner.
Oh, okay. So I'm about where you are on SmackDown.
Yeah, right. I told you it was going to happen. It's about balance.
Yes. Speaking of balance, Roman looked like damn Thanos sitting there on top of Drew to end off SmackDown. I like that. That's the kind of go home image. Oh,
I love that image. I think that image is great. Yeah, I'm way behind you. Was United Empire Will Ospreay? Was it better than FTR and Briscoe? No.
What in the? What?
Oh shit! I gotta catch up.
You're gonna know why I said what. I
don't know. What would you say?
What?
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 Miro's entrance music is wicked. Wicked.
Oh yeah.
Wow, is this really gonna happen, Nick?
What?
This is where Tony Khan shoots himself in the old pecker. It is not good. The most feared move in all of wrestling, and the House of Black looks like shit again.
So, folks, for those of you just tuning in right now, we had Miro come out. What?
What?
Distracted Malakai during the match. What? Dark Order hit a surprise roll-up, got the 1, 2, 3. What? Now we've got the House of Black picking apart Miro in the ring. What? Tony Khan doesn't know what the fuck he's doing booking. What?
You said they could possibly win this tournament, and they lost to the fucking Job Squad.
Right, and now we've got Sting and Darby Allin coming out. What in the name of Jesus?
Like, what the fudge?
You could do this and still have them win.
Yes, they could have got the win and had this happen.
Have this just after. For fuck's sake, you still sat there and jobbed out Miro.
So the Dark Order are moving on in the Trios tournament, and this, my friends, is where the mistakes are happening. The Dark Order should have not won this match. You highlight your top teams in the best possible light, and this was not a way to do it. But some guarded loyalty to the OGs AEW, the independent squad. Man, Christ, it's bad.
Well, you did it to book further down the line. You could have still done this. You still could have had the House of Black win. And even if they say they don't win the tournament, they at least needed to get out of the goddamn first round.
Mm-hmm. And just like we said with the Viking Raiders earlier tonight, so people know that we're equal opportunists. Like Sting, Darby come out, but it's still three badasses in the ring, and one of them's Brody fucking King. It was because I was listening to something about him today.
Yeah.
But King, I mean, you got this giant man and these two other combatants ready to go, and they just roll out and leave. Like, I don't like it.
Well, that's the thing is, so then, okay, so what you could have done if you wanted to fucking do this, pardon my language, is you have Miro, Sting, and Darby Allin be a trios team in the damn tournament. The House of Black wins, and that's who they're facing next in the goddamn tournament. Holy crap. It's amazing how simple this stuff is when you actually try and sit back and think about it.
Yo, Hook talked. He said about 11 words.
Oh, God. Record breaking. And then it was interrupted by Coke and Diet Coke.
This is funny as hell.
The Hollywood hunk, Nick Nemeth.
I still got Coke and Diet Coke on my screen. And if you're watching right now, you'd understand why we mean Coke and Diet Coke.
Right. Yeah. Sorry. They're very, They're very excited, and it doesn't look fully natural. I'll put it that way.
Yeah, a lot of the Dark Order did win. Dark Order. The Redeemer. Business picked up. People, are you guys happy? Are people out there pumped that the Dark Order want to fucking really?
Right, folks, let us know what you think, because we might be, partial because we take in everything. But if you're a big-time AEW fan or a big-time Dark Order fan, or what do you feel that they managed to pick up that surprise win? Because I don't think anybody had them winning that match.
Yo, this is for the title. It doesn't matter, but I'm surprised.
I was going to say, so you think he's going to win? No.
No, I was just surprised they did it. But hey, fuck it. Let's go. Wow, they're giving Namath, they gave him a little bit of a highlight on that entrance, and they're giving him the microphone. So
wait till
maybe Namath's getting a bit of a rub.
Wardlow.
Dolph should go to AEW, and there should be a tag team.
Like I said, wait till you hear that pop for Wardlow.
Dark Order should.
That's why. Hometown boy.
Oh, okay. Wow, that fan looked just bothered. It looked like Tim McGraw on a bad day.
This man is Goldberg 2.0, the way that they've booked him. This is one of the few booking decisions I feel Tony has absolutely gotten right, is Wardlow.
Look, the Dark Order has no future. That's the point.
But so hear me out right now, is because we're watching this. So we have all this fucking chaos and everything like that going on right now in AEW. What if you did it and now we've got Jay Lethal and Sanjay Dutt and the whole Scooby-Doo gang coming out. But so what if you had to where Wardlow, say, quote unquote, cashed in his TNT title for a shot at Moxley for the belt at All Out, and that was what main evented All Out.
My big problem with it, Nick, and I think this is what's happened now. No matter what the main event for All Out is, it's compromised. Like if Wardlow all of a sudden decides on Wednesday he wants to fight Moxley, you have no turnaround time. You have no way to really build it up. You're going to have to try and build it up via everything but your show from Thursday to fucking Saturday.
Yeah, well, we saw them manage to destroy a home pay-per-view made that fast.
Did you catch that Saban's here?
Yes. Our bomb number 1.
A 2-pump chump. And that's over.
Folks, what are you thinking of Rampage right now? Are you well? I was going to ask who you have in this match, but I think it'd be just.
Nah, I'm not.
Why do you have Wardlow winning this match?
Yeah.
How many powerbombs does Wardlow hit by the end of this match? Dose.
We're gonna get a handful. I'm gonna go 5. Maybe not.
Well, we're close. We're at 3.
Wow, that first one was high.
Oh, they're all high. Much like I might be. But anyways.
Just a wee bit.
Vitamins, folks. You might not be too far off. We're at 4.
Wardlow is going 2 or 3 power bombs for the win prediction. More than that, I'm going over on those numbers, Damien. I'm at 3. What are you at, 6?
4. No, he ended it with 4, and then the foot on the chest pin. Like I said, this man is Goldberg and Batista rolled into one nice little man bun package.
Right? The Dark Order needs to go. They do.
They were slowly getting, not re-signed bit by bit.
This is an example to me of booking with your heart, not your brain. And that's the fundamental difference between the two companies.
Speaking of not using your brain, Chris Jericho is on commentary right now.
Oh, of course.
Right. Because that's what we need. God.
Is that Martin Short? Good old Canadian. Did you refer to Sanjay?
No, I was calling him the Scooby-Doo gang there.
Scooby-Doo gang.
Well, that's kind of what the Trust Breakers there look like. I feel like that Slim, whatever his name is there, I think that's just Tony Khan back when he was like a teenager as a wrestler.
Right.
He's like, I'd be with Brock, and then I'd be with that guy, and I'd be with that guy. Okay, we don't have them. I've got Parker Bordeaux, who looks like Brock.
Yeah, man. Sorry. I know I hate bitching about it, but when they turn the camera to Excalibur and he starts talking, I don't want to listen. I just want to tune it out.
Yeah. Take off the mask, man.
The Coug 97, the Dark Order OG AEW Day 1. Happy for the underdogs tonight. I don't have the same sentiment. I don't. I think the Dark Order being OG AEW is one thing, but the hard part for me is they've been booked like garbage for a long time. Like, it hasn't been great booking for the Dark Order. So for them to get this underdog win, I think it's detrimental to the House of Black. It's a stop and start build for the House of Black. They should be on a program that builds them up and allows them to grow and continue. This way, watch them lose again and then go through this and then roll out. It's not a good look. But I have no interest in the Dark Order climbing, anywhere past losing the first round of this tournament. So, I just don't feel that way. Breeze. There you go. What'd I miss? Did I click the same one twice? There we go. Whenever Excalibur speaks, I feel like he doesn't know shit because he has his mask. Just take it off. You weren't. It's not a gimmick because nobody fucking knew about it, right? Like, it's just, to me, it's unnecessary. Silva needs to go to WWE and become the third Viking Raider. Right. Just have JR and Taz on the announce team. JR kills me. He really does. Taz is excellent on commentary. He really is good. JR sometimes, he's old school. He's a vet. So every week he says at least one or two things where you're like, ooh, where he's just being sarcastic or pointing out the obvious. I love JR. People shit on JR, but they shouldn't. Got that one. Where are we going, folks? Quickly, now that I'm on the stream all by myself, I will remind everybody out there, we are the Wrasslin for Life Network. And if you go to SeatGeek.com, pick an event, purchase the tickets. When you go to make the purchase, you use the code Wrasslin, like in the name right above my head. You use the code Wrasslin. You put it in the little box. You're good to go. You'll save $20 on your first purchase at SeatGeek.com. Tell your friends, spread the news. Anyone out there can take advantage of this $20 off offer for your first purchase at SeatGeek.com. So go there. Once again, use the code Wrasslin, like in the name, and save yourself some money on a SeatGeek selection of your choice. That also being said, don't forget, go to Alt Wrestling Tees. Check out our limited edition t-shirt. And we got more coming, and our boys at Alt Wrestling Tees, they got lots to choose from, lots of cool designs. Go check them out. Go give them some love. They've been a friend and a partner of the show for quite a while. So big shout out to them. And rock one of our t-shirts. We're only getting bigger, folks. Now we got, I'm back with, I didn't know the Andrade family office was still a thing. Why did I hit that button? That's a better button. What did Big Mick say? Mauro Ronaldo should be somebody's comment. Yes, let's go. What are you waiting for? That would be cool if AEW could scoop him up, right? Him, Taz and JR, right? JR just adds in, kind of becomes an insight, a color commentary. You kind of You kind of have Taz in that B role, JR in the C role. I don't hate it. I mean, I don't disagree with you at all, Nick. So now we're getting beef between the private party, and I didn't know Andrade Family Office was still a thing. I thought they were going to do bigger and better things with Andrade. I'm a little disappointed, but I don't know. Nice. Hobbs coming out with a nice entrance. I had to dip out for 15 minutes. What did I miss? What did we miss? Not much. Oh, the Dark Order beat the House of Black, and I'm still confused and upset. It's a true story. Did I miss one? Oh, here. Damien says, who wins, Sammy Guevara, Tay, Ruby Soho, or Ortiz? I got a feeling it's going to be Sammy and Tay. Tay Mello. So Hobbs is in the ring, a local jobber about to get dusted. And we're going to get a repeat of the match we just saw. Big guy beats up little guy. Boom, boom, boom. Nick on point. True. Boss Monster agreeing with Nick. Hobbs is a classic monster. Right, Boss Monster? No, Hobbs is great. And when he first got there, he was very green. He's leaned up, which is crazy. But the facial expressions, the attitude, the swagger, it's all kind of developed over the last little while. I really want to see Hobbs get a good push. How did House of Black lose? A roll-up because of Miro. Miro came out. They got distracted. Dark Order hits a roll-up. Bob's your uncle. Betty's your aunt. Here we go. I don't like it. I really don't think it's the right choice, and I really do think the positioning of the Dark Order at this point, that can't happen. The House of Black needs to win. Oh, that is that match was done. Not always, Edward, but we got to throw in some. I'm okay with a good squash match. There's nothing wrong with some squash matches. Like that one got Hobbs. It did the job. It did the job. It proved the point. And that spine buster is vicious. Oh, wait. Look. Who are these? Oh. Look. QT's got Ricky. Camarado's killing me, man. Tony D. Phone Camarado. I know it's tampering, but he's got to join the family. He'll take the place of 2 stacks or half stack or smoke stack, whatever the fuck. So QT in the factory take out Ricky Starks on behalf of Hobbs. Weird, but all right. What do you guys think? Oh, Jade and the baddies. Don't get quiet on me, folks. What do we got out there? How you feeling tonight? How's your Friday going? We are in Rampage, even though the border still says SmackDown. Almost had it. There's only one of me. There we go. I think I clicked the wrong one when I came back. But that being said, folks, you know what we're doing here. 2 shows, 1 night. Jade is getting there. Jade is awesome. Now, some people think she's going to lose to Athena at All Out. I don't see it happening. I don't. And Jade is underrated. Jade, with again, another strong athlete that elevates that division. She takes it serious. She is improving. I admit, when she first started getting in that ring, she looked like Bambi on ice. All legs and wobbly and didn't know what she was doing. But she is improving. Her attitude, her command of the stage, she is an intention grabber, and I'm all for it. All right, up next, Sami, Tay Mello. They're going against Ortiz and Ruby Soho. I will take your predictions in the box. Let's go. Getting ready to watch NASCAR racing. Okay. Is everyone out there a NASCAR fan? I don't mind NASCAR. I've been, to one. But I don't know. I don't mind NASCAR. I know it's very, very big in the U.S. Oh, I like them. Reminds me of WWF Superstars, WWF Spotlight. Used to watch them at 10 a.m. on Saturday. Edward, yes. Yes. Ortiz scares me. I like Ortiz. And it's funny because we got Ruby and Ortiz. We haven't seen Santana in a minute. I'm hoping for Ortiz and Ruby. I'm hoping for Ortiz and Ruby just because I think they may play into the real backstage storyline. Not a racing fan. Cringe Tay. It's funny because I watched a bit of WWE Evolution earlier today. And at one point they show like up and comers in the crowd, and it was Tay Conti, Rhea Ripley, Dakota Kai, I think. It was kind of funny to see A, how far they've come, B, what they used to kind of look like as a presence. But there was Tay looking very young and innocent, and now look at her. Ruby and Ortiz. There you go. Edward's going with Ruby and Ortiz. Who else do we got, folks? I'm going Sami. Orale! While we're going through this match, also, what is your feeling on the card for All Out? Is it shaping up in a way that you're excited? We don't have a main event. Do keep that in mind. We have a fatal four-way. Remember, casino ladder match. We don't know who's in it. Do we know? Is anybody fact checkers? Anybody announced for the casino battle royal ladder match yet? But how are you feeling about the card? This pay-per-view is very close, and there's a lot of question marks. Obviously, Thunder Rosa opened the door for this four-way. The fatal four-way is going to be intriguing. Jade, Athena, FTR with Wardlow against Motor City Machine Guns and Lethal. I just love Sami. Interesting. Sami has fallen so far. I don't know. I think Sami still generates a good amount of heat. Again, he just hasn't been booked a lot lately, not consistently. We haven't seen a lot of Sami. The card is the weakest AEW pay-per-view they have put out. Ever. Ooh, Nick. Ever, eh? Do you think there's enough time to fluff it up and get back to where they need to be? Right, like some tandem offense for Ortiz and Soho as she comes down. Another 2 count. It looks thrown together just to have a card. Yeah, considering it's months in the making, is there a lot of big storylines heading into All Out? Right? You had all this long-term booking time between your last pay-per-view and this pay-per-view. Has Tony done a good job building stories that we want to see come to a conclusion? I mean, Jericho and Bryan just got thrown together last week, so that hasn't built in a storyline. Now, are they fighting it All Out? Yeah, it's All Out. It's not next week, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. It's All Out. That just came about. The Fatal 4-Way, I mean, it's not their fault Thunder Rosa's hurt. And if you guys haven't checked it out, I mean, Thunder Rosa was on Busted Open. She's very candid about what she's going through. The woman can't walk. She can't get out of bed. A lot of people criticized her. There was shade from inside AEW, and she delivered a very heartfelt, open speech about what she's going through and how bad, she wants to wrestle and what wrestling means to her. And there's a lot of people out there with high respectability in wrestling that have nothing but great things to say about this woman. So she's pretty beat up at the fact that, she worked her life to be in events like All Out, and she can't participate in this one, and she hates it. So they can't control that. I forgive them on that one. What else do we got going on? What else are you pumped about for All Out? And if everything's getting announced last minute, wow. I mean, we're going to get the trios tournament finale. This is going to be the Young Bucks and Kenny for the win. against, I'm guessing, Aussie Open, right? Or do they get them now? I don't know. It's pretty weak. Sami and Tay for the win. I would have wanted Punk and Omega, but the storyline wasn't there. Yeah, I mean, there's a lack of storyline right now. When you're consistently hot-shotting, you lose your stories. Wardlow and Wardlow and FTR coming together just kind of happened quickly. We saw them together once, then again, and now they're in the match. Again, Young Bucks, Kenny, we all kind of feel where this tournament's been heading from day one. One of the favorites, House of Black, are out. I mean,
I was about to say, speaking of hot shotting, Tony Khan's his own little Triple H over there with hot shotting, horrible booking, and just hugging. So he's got his own little Triple H going on.
What?
Yeah, I feel like this is one of, if not the weakest pay-per-view offering that AEW's put out there, because like you said, they've had months to build this, but everything feels very rushed, very sudden. Like we have Hobbs versus Stark, and that's one of the bigger feuds going into that. That only happened a week or two ago, I feel.
Right. And that has at least a little
it's close. I am kind of excited for Jungle Boy versus Christian.
Yes, that's got a story build.
But we had, like you said, like the 6-man tag match with Motor City Machine Guns and everything. That just got announced. Like you can't, this is one of your big pay-per-views, because I don't do pay-per-views often. Right. So you can't have all of your matches announced within the last week or two.
Oh, wow. Yeah, no, I mean, and that's the thing where you have all that time, all those months, you got 3 months to set this up. And here we are just about a week away, and we don't know what's going to happen. Now, they could deliver huge, but it doesn't feel like it's happening.
Well, they gave away their main event for free on Dynamite, and I get, it wasn't a ratings pop. Oh, it's what Moxley wanted to do, this, that, and the third. Right, but no one right now, and if you disagree with me, let me know in the chat, because I haven't heard anyone yet that you're not more excited going into this match if that's still going to be the main event, because you just watched it and you just watched Punk get squashed and it looked sloppy and it felt awkward because of all the rumors and speculation. So it's not going to get any better doing it again.
No, and if Punk comes out and wins clean in like a straight up main event match, Chicago's going to go nuts, but you just watched him lose in 4 minutes. Yeah, he grabbed his ankle, but all of a sudden he's back to normal and just comes back for the dub.
That man looked like he was made out of glass when they were getting him out of the ring. And so now all of a sudden in less than 2 weeks, he's going to be completely fine to go and just have like a 20, 30-minute match with Moxley. And what if he wins? Okay, so you got your ass whooped in 3 minutes. But if it goes 20 minutes and everything, your foot, ankle, what have you, still perfectly. Oh, Ruby Soho just planted Sammy Guevara.
Right.
Crossbody. But it's you're booking yourself into a corner unnecessarily.
No, I mean the casino. I mean that's kind of a tradition, right? We get the battle royals and the ladder matches. So I mean I get, but they haven't talked about it at all. Sorry, Nick.
No, I was just gonna say, do we know one person who's in the casino battle royal?
You know what? And to Edward's point, they haven't talked about it. Like I saw it online of one of the things that, oh shit, yeah, they do that. But usually, we start talking about it when guys come out and cut a promo. I'm going to win it. No, I'm going to win it. Wow.
Right.
Wow.
Oh.
I'm pumped about FTR Wardlow. I'm looking forward to that match. I am.
I think it'll be a good match. I'm saying storyline-wise, it's very rushed.
Yeah, because, again, we saw FTR with Wardlow once, and then we saw... and then again, we just got Motor City Machine Guns dropped on us this week. So, again, and I don't love I wish Jay Lethal wasn't with Sanjay and Satnam.
I'd like Jay Lethal and Sanjay. I don't get the Satnam thing.
Yeah.
Have him, like I said it earlier in the show and everything, Tony needs to have his own exclusive Ring of Honor roster, and Tay throws Ruby right into the ring steps. Ortiz is looking on shocked. Sammy with the springboard cut off. Oh, what the fuck?
Did you think? Wow, this was for you, Nick.
I'm gonna get to that. Did you get the pinfall yet?
No, I haven't got a pinfall.
Okay. Well, I don't know if I missed this before, but Ortiz is busted wide open.
He's not busted for me yet.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Anna Jay's here. Throws Ruby into the stairs. Ruby's done. Now, my assumption was Sami and Tay were going to win this for this reason. Yo, he split him open quick on that cutter. The minute that cutter hit, his eye went,
cut himself on that cutter because all of a sudden, next thing you know, Ortiz is just
Ortiz could be legitimately cracked right now. Like, he smashed him on that cutter. And instantly, the minute that I just saw it real time, and even in real time, you just saw a splat as he hit the mat.
The second that Ortiz came up, he was busted wide open. And for folks watching along, that wasn't just a regular cutter. That was a kind of springboard off the top rope, kind of rushed. Like Sami launched himself at him to hit that cutter, and he just planted him.
Right? Like, honestly, it legitimately, based on that impact, that it could be a legitimately injured, a legitimate injury for Ortiz. Like, that's
I hope not.
No, you don't wish that on anybody, but man, he went down hard.
Oh yeah. And did you get the Punk video?
I'm getting it now.
Yeah. He's backstage. For folks watching along, he was backstage in the training room just shaking his head. No. Like he can't believe that happened. So we're going to see the comeback from CM Punk, apparently.
But then we'll get to it. Let me digest.
Here, I'll answer this comment while you digest. Did you think Dixie Carter could help AEW in any way? By ending it quicker. That's the only way she would have helped. Dixie Carter is up there in that bracket with Vince Russo of just should stay away from professional wrestling.
Tony's getting a bad habit of overselling things that are going to happen on his shows.
He's getting a little Dixie-ish.
We'll get back to Dick. You finish off with Dixie.
Pause.
We're losers. Look at these guys. They think they're cute.
Yeah. The AEW card for All Out looks weak, in my opinion. Yeah, it does. But like Chris said, I think I'm sure MJF will return. I think he's going to return. He needs to, otherwise then it gets worrisome of, oh, maybe this wasn't a work this whole time.
Yeah, I mean, I've said that from day one. I haven't let go of that opinion in any way, shape, or form, Nick. From day one, I felt that this was a work. I just find the booking curious. Like, you bring him back 3-4 weeks ago during one of these main events, and you had a lot of opportunity, especially with Punk having to give up that belt. I really thought MJF doing something around Forbidden Door to just ruin Tony's dream would have been really cool and a really cool way to roll as you go to All Out. And I don't like MJF showing up at All Out. I don't like MJF showing up on Wednesday. I think he should have already shown up, not months ago, not weeks ago, but more landing than All Out.
Well, I saw
need a runway.
I saw somebody throw out the speculation and everything. Granted, we did end up getting Kip Sabian showing up. But it would have been interesting if during, say, that match, how they've had Kip Sabian or with the man with the cardboard box over his head being shown in the crowd, if all of a sudden that was MJF and he comes back that way.
That don't love it, but yeah, okay.
It'd be a little Dexter Lumis-ish, but
that would be a little more of that, like.
Well, how do you bring him back? Do you just have him run out?
Man, I think he just I almost think he slides in without music, without anything, comes out of the crowd and have everyone have that what the fuck moment. That
would be interesting. You hear the crowd just start to roar the second they realize that he's there.
Yeah, that kind of, oh my God, right?
1 out of 3 former WWE and AEW should be a mentor/manager. Perhaps. Depends. I don't know if we want to go clear cut with that, but I think that there's some, and like you even said, some of that quote unquote ex-WWE guys like Christian, like Mark Henry, like Paul White, etc., should probably maybe have a bit more of Tony's ear than it appears that they do.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I mean, I don't know. We have a lot of talent, Nick, and a lot of guys that I think could make an impact. A lot of women that can make an impact. Now, you brought in Madison Rain. We'll see if that helps the women's division. But you got Sanjay helping out on creative. I think the buck stops with Tony, and Tony caters a certain way, and until he changes, it's dire. Like, I mean, even little things like, some of the fans have said, he's booking like WCW. Like, Miro comes out and drills two of the members in the match. Is that not a DQ right away? Are we am I wrong about that?
It should be, but again, they play fast and loose with the rules.
But that's WCW booking, as you said.
Right. So, you're getting your favorite part, or you should be just about now.
And that comment actually came in from Instagram from a fan. So,
okay.
Right. But yeah, no, that's kind of cool. Yeah, literally though, like a guy comes out to the ring and drills two of the members in the match, and that's okay.
Yeah.
My favorite match of the week.
I was about to say, at least you just got there. We are getting Dustin versus Claudio for the Ring of Honor World Championship coming up next. Like I said, it's going to be the main event.
Dude, I'm fucking dying. My favorite part of the week, Mark Henry, for those who don't know. Brock and Arn in the background are fucking killing me. They look like the fucking Angry Muppets. The peanut gallery, like
Statler and Wardlow.
Yeah, the two
right.
The two old puppets in the balcony.
Oh yeah. Well, that's the thing. It's almost honestly with the way Brock looks, you can't tell who's who.
Dude.
Dustin coming out.
Nice.
I'm Dustin has probably honestly had one of the most underrated professional wrestling careers. Like, this man's a fucking legend because of Goldust. He's reinvented himself multiple times across multiple companies.
And not always
yes,
for the best.
He was never the top star of any company, but this man, night in, night out, puts on absolute banger matches that fly under the radar, like the match with him and Cody. And he goes full board in any gimmick that he's doing.
Yeah, man. And I'd like to see more ECW alumni. Where? And if you do, just quickly before anybody answers that, if you want to see some ECW alumni, tune in this weekend as we cover NWA 74, where Bully Ray is in a tables match. I believe it's a tables match.
I believe so. That's a lot nicer than what I was gonna say. So we'll leave it at that.
All right.
So yeah, some of them might need assistance to get back where they were.
That's true. It's gonna be good. Now, not much time on the clock though.
Yeah, we might only be. Well, do they go over? And folks, let us know who you have for this match. I'm going with Claudio, but I think that this is going to be a hell of a match.
Claudio gets the W for sure. I like Claudio, and man, he's getting a good pop when he comes out. There's a lot of love for Claudio.
Oh, yeah. And we've got Regal and Jericho eyeing each other down.
I like it. I find Claudio so much more relaxed and loose, just in his body language, his demeanor, his mannerisms seem so loose in this company.
Oh, absolutely. And it's funny to me of the Ring of Honor world title feels more suited to him than the AEW championship does. Like, he seems like a perfect fit to be the Ring of Honor world champion. And that's not any like mark down on him or anything at all. It seems like a match made in heaven to me.
Yeah, no, it's a pretty matchup. I mean, I'd like it to get a little more time on this clock, but I mean, we got some time to go, but not a lot. These guys could easily put down a 20-minute fucking classic or a good fucking 30-minute match. Like, it's strong.
Absolutely.
Yo, did Regal just say he wanted to smother somebody in custard?
Pause.
Pause. I thought you were going to give me a what?
What? Want to cover people in custard? What?
Oh, man. Regal talks to Jericho like shit, and I love it. When he gets, like, snotty with him.
I think Jericho needs more people like that in his life.
Oh, fuck. He could really use... And that's where I think we talk about guys like Regal, where they're, they got Regal.
Oh.
But if Jericho goes to Tony and says, I should do this, even if Regal was like, no, that's probably not good. Jericho's like, but I wanna. And that's how we go. Like, you're not really able to contribute if the people have their own creative control. Totally. Right. Who do you got for the win? Claudio. Custard, what? Yeah.
What?
Oh, sorry.
No, I was just going to answer this real quick about when is the NWA event. We will be here tomorrow night around 8 o'clock Eastern, I believe.
If we don't jump the gun.
Right. Which we're known to do for night 1 of NWA 74. And then we'll be back the same time tomorrow or on Sunday night for night 2. And I believe this is the first time that I've seen to where NWA's done a 2-night event. I wonder if it's going to be kind of like would Mania being 2 nights of like the first night tends to outshine the second night.
It's curious. Now, for the Crockett Cup, in my personal opinion, was the second night was better. It got better as it went on. There was actually a good build through the 2 shows. They did pretty good. This is fucking like, even when I was doing like the call outs and I was pulling in the card, like going listing out what the matches were. Right. This is a jammed packed show.
It's their WrestleMania, it feels like.
Well, I mean, and then I'm a little, maybe someone out there can help me on this one. NWA 74, the anniversary edition, or the anniversary show. Like, what's the 74th anniversary?
Might be. Okay. I'm sure I could look that up. Maybe once Rampage is done, I'll try and look that up.
Well, my friend, there are means out there. If you know,
just watch us. We'll tell you everything that's going on.
Yeah, that's it. We'll fill you in. Tomorrow Dustin at 8.
Dived over top of Claudio and ended up rolling all the way out of the ring. Looks like he might have injured his elbow.
KJ and Nick, realistically for you guys, when you guys look at the Brick House Camille, realistically, does she fit more in AEW or WWE? Well, did we get Jade Camille? No,
but I want to see it.
I'm in
for it. But that's the thing is matchups like that, they're either work out fantastically or they're awful.
Dusty goes for a ride outside.
Rolling, ride.
Oh, that's where you said he hurt his elbow. Right. I like her in NWA because she is it's a different approach, so she fits well. I was critical of Camille a while ago. She's grown on me, and she's grown in the ring. She's improved quite a bit. And the last couple of matches I saw with Camille, I've liked. However, I'm not betting against my girl Taya Valkyrie. I'm not doing it. That girl's been on an absolute heater, and I adore what she's been doing. And no, she's
Canadian flag, just waving that around. Yeah, she gets more than 2 thumbs up.
Listen, I'm a sucker for a girl in a hockey jersey. That's for sure.
But no, I think NWA, she's perfectly fine where she is in NWA. I think that NWA scratches that kind of itch for especially like wrestling fans like us of a certain vintage that like at times that more old school vibe of everything feels like it's a bit more dated, but in a good way. So I think that there's a market for that.
Oh no, I mean, and Corgan is done well as far as not going too much too soon, right? Like he's really let this be a slow build, and YouTube's been a good catalyst for him. Fight's been a good catalyst for him, and like
he's
for us,
stayed in his lane. But do you think that it's interesting that Nick Aldis was supposed to be in the main event and isn't now because of that supposed backstage heat between him and Corgan, but he's still on the card?
Yeah. And I mean, for us, like, we started covering, we cover all the wrestling we can. And, so Crockett Cup delivers big, and then they do Always Ready. Always Ready was a great show. So you kind of build that faith of, listen, I might not watch every show week to week, and it's on in I think they release the new episodes Fridays at like 5.
Yeah, being completely honest, pulling back the curtain here, folks. Right now, there is 3 of us working on this whole operation, and to try and cover everything going on in professional wrestling, at times it gets a little much when everything's going on. So,
if you or a friend would like to join the Wrasslin Live Network, by all means, hit us up in our DMs. If you're not crazy, we can talk about it. Got that one. Now, how do I watch the NWA event? I mean,
I believe before you said you couldn't get it on Fight. So then I guess, like I said, best option would be to watch us, and then we'll let you know everything that's going on. I mean, even, like we've said before, the wrestling may suck, but we never do.
If you go looking for places to watch wrestling, you may be able to find something that will help you watch that in a different, unconventional means, but you did not hear that from me.
If you use terms like watch and wrestling alphabetical letters.
And to me, I look at Camille. She doesn't remind me of Charlotte at all. She reminds me of China.
Well, I don't know if anyone was exactly comparing her to Charlotte. I think no. To me, the comparison more goes with
athletically.
Jane. To me, the person that I guess I hate this at times, the comparison game, but if we're going to compare someone to China, Jordynne Grace.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Absolutely.
I was just trying to think who was. That doesn't matter. I lost who it was in my head for a second. Final commercial break, folks. Thank you, Hassan. We are back.
Big shot from Claudio on a Dustin.
I think it's only you and me, Hassan, watching this match. I don't know. Who else is still awake with us? Who else is out there? I know we're dwindling a little. If she were to go a major company, where does she fit better in your guys' honest?
AEW.
I think she fits better in WWE.
AEW.
No, I think because she does well in that kind of studio environment, and they can minimize her weakness.
Green-ish. She still can. WWE's women's roster right now has become very athletic, very.
True.
You got people like Asuka. You got people like Io Shirai. Christ. You've still got technical workers like Bayley. You've got people like Charlotte. You've got Becky. I don't think the powerhouse female, especially that's already filled by kind of Bianca, Rhea, and Raquel, I think she would slide in that. I think she's much more suited because we talked about like her versus Jade would be an amazing fantasy matchup for AEW to have. And she's still, like I said, she's still kind of green, so she still needs a little bit more of that development and coaching, and hopefully AEW wouldn't ruin that.
Oh,
Hurricane Rana by Dustin on the Claudio. This is, wow. The old gunslinger still got some rounds left in the chamber, folks.
Nice. We appreciate it. Thank you. Best wrestling experience of my life. Yes. I'll take it. We're all about the experience.
Why did my brain instantly go to there with like the maximum male models of where, titillating your juices?
Oh, wow. That was a beautiful Hurricane Rona. Nice Fantasy Championship Wrestling. Yeah, we appreciate Fantasy Championship Wrestling being here tonight.
And I'm still here. Everybody that stops by, whether you spend 5 minutes, 5 hours, because trust me, there's been plenty of our streams that go 5 hours plus.
It's true.
So we thank you and appreciate everybody that stops by. Like we said earlier, over 100,000 views so far already on the channel. We're just past the halfway year in, and I think we're at 626 subscribers. I almost want to say the last time I said. So we are still popping off like a fucking 4th of July firework. And swing time.
Wow, this has been a hell of a match, man.
Yes, that Code Red was impressive.
And we're pushing up against the hour here. I disagree with you, Nick. Or Neck. Nay, Neck. I
My
think
neck. You disagree? Neck, defend yourself.
With your neck, I think WWE would actually help Camille work more because of their infrastructure. I kind of feel like Anthony feels.
Right, tomato, to each their own. That's why it's different of opinion. I can see that side and everything, but I'm glad that you are at least respectful and disagree with me. Crossface into a roll up.
How many spins was that? I thought I got to 8.
I didn't count. Shit, my bad.
All right, it's all right. The main event is Taya Valkyrie and Camille. Is the main event of Night 1. Yes.
2 count by
But do you find the MLW the MLW, one of the MLW titles are on the line. The MLW United States title. Davey Richards
might be. I'd have to look at the card, but it's interesting.
I looked at
well, did you see Alex Hammerstone's pitching to try and be cast as Young Rock or as Hogan? Young Rock?
Yeah, I think that's perfect.
Oh, Arn telling him to just end it. He did the throat slit. Good God.
Did you see how shit that fucking pile driver was?
Yeah, I didn't want to say it too bad.
I did. Are you kidding me? He laid him down. Weak. Hey, I almost feel like Arn and Brock are going to turn on Dustin.
Oh, well, something's going to turn, and it might be Claudio's stomach after this, if you see it here in a minute.
Dustin got a mouthful.
Right. He saw the whole bait and tackle.
Okay, I just caught up.
Yeah. Right.
They replay a botch.
Was it a botch, though? Was it meant to be? Was it somehow meant to be?
Man, he ran his face into the man's junk. That wasn't meant to happen. And you could tell Dustin was like, oh, shit, I was supposed to duck, wasn't I?
No, he was doing the cold dust.
And it fucked up the finish.
Yeah, well, that's even you saw Arn's kind of, yeah, that absolutely was a botch. I was trying to help him out.
Right,
yeah,
he's holding his balls, man. He just took a grown man's head.
This was Arn's face the whole time of just what the fuck did I just see?
His finisher tonight, for those who don't know, Claudio retains the title with a flying teabag. What else was it?
I was trying to think of a better way to put it, but he teabagged Dustin right in the face and then hit a European uppercut and got the win.
Okay, bro. One show ends with Roman Reigns looking like a complete badass. A chair on the throat, 2 belts, henchman, poster, snap.
Right.
Looks amazing. This show ends with a crotch shot, and no one really quite sure what happened. And Arn's still standing on the apron confused because he got out of the home.
Right, like, and then with the balls of doom. That
teabag, a flying fucking teabag.
Flying crotch tackle. That I just love Arn's face. It was just literally like they just hard pressed on Arn for a good bit of what the fuck did I just watch?
Man, he's gonna be picking fucking pubes out of his teeth for 2 weeks. That is fucked. Balls of doom. They didn't even have the sense to clean up the finish. That's 2 veteran guys. Like, oh shit, that didn't go right. Okay, I'm gonna.
I don't know if they could because, like I said, think about it. If you're Claudio and you just had a man straight up like Ray Lewis tackle you right in the junk.
He didn't duck. He didn't duck.
I think he tried to get all the way down. He kind of did the like, huh?
I think Dusty forgot the spot and didn't get his head down quick enough.
Maybe he was kind of out or something because that man just looked straight up into just no bait tackle right in the face. That's one of those videos where to end all teabags.
Some asshole's like, woo, and then the bridge shows up and he's like, oh shit, I didn't make it.
Boss, you run my mind. Terminator teabag.
Oh, Dusty just took it right in the face. But again, you pick him up, bounce him off the ropes one more, hook him into your finisher. It was just like, and then Arn was on the apron. We don't know why he was there. And right now, for the people who say, oh, people are just hating on AEW, can't both shows just do well? Do well. That's not well.
Right.
look at the comparable between the ends of the night. And I get it. SmackDown's a much bigger, grander show than Rampage, but they're on the same night, so we're going to fucking compare them. And when they were doing really well, we talked about it. Now, I mean, night and day. What a shitty finish to that show. Unorganized, sloppy, unprofessional. And then the other one looked like a fucking $1 million.
Even if we're not going to compare one to the other, and absolutely, Rocco, how you doing? Good to see another Paisan there in the chat. But absolutely, just to take Dynamite or Rampage, as a whole, just singularly, there wasn't a whole lot good on that show. There was a lot of sloppy. There was a lot of misplaced stuff, like all the way from the Dark Order winning and knocking out the House of Black. Why? You could have had them still win and still keep that story going with Miro and Darby and Sting. You could have had those three, honestly, be a trio in the tournament, and that's just their next opponent. And there you go. Simple booking for you. And then we had the mixed tag team match to where Guevara absolutely just planted Ortiz. And I think, honestly, might have legitimately busted that man open, like the hard way, the way he planted him, because he threw himself at him to hit that cutter, and all of a sudden he was gushing. And you end on the Terminator teabag, as Boss called it. That's how you end. Your week in AEW is a teabag to the face, folks.
Yeah, it's funny.
A teabag from TK.
No answers to a lot of the questions we have. Listen, I'm a little disappointed in the whole fact, and Edward's funny as hell here as far as the dong. Yeah, no.
Someone make that right now and tag us in it. Absolutely.
Right.
I will share the shit out of that, please.
For Life Network, who is winning, Roman Reigns or Drew McIntyre? Drew McIntyre is not winning, I don't think.
Yeah.
But, man, they're hyping it up.
Roman's walking out of there with both titles.
I think so. Edward gives the show a 3. 6.5. Nick.
Yes, folks. Let us know your ratings for Rampage.
Yeah. What do we got?
How you feeling?
I'm feeling good. How you feeling?
Better than Dustin Rhodes.
Oh my God, that was fucking hilarious. But this is where everyone's like, "Oh, AEW's competition, and they're just as good." They got to clean that shit up. I mean, we listen. I saw. NXT we've watched. I saw Impact. I mean, that's the type of stuff that you're not even getting at that level. Like Impact's putting on good shows. We're going to watch NWA, and you would consider them lower level production, or lower on the tier. You can't. Botches happen. I don't want to beat the shit out of it, but again, with Arn on the apron, not cleaning up the finish, rushing through to a pin. Again, the whole night, it's just a shit show.
Well, and it's you ended on a low note and you started on a low note. So that's a terrible way to have your night. And maybe something changes, because I've heard the rumors and the speculation that Rampage is going to kind of start being recorded live and touring on its own.
Good for them.
So it might help, because we won't have it just being the show following Dynamite, so the crowd's already halfway burnt out.
Yeah.
But yeah, tonight was just very sloppy.
Sloppy is I give you that one. I believe the word of the night.
Sloppy jalopy.
Sloppy jalopy. Yeah, right up into the big sloppy in the face. Like it was a sloppy night, right? Like shit. From start to finish. I talked about it. You talked about it during that Fatal 4-Way, where like they botched that. That was a botch. Oh, that fucked up. Oh, they missed that. Wow, I'm shocked. 7 out of 10 though. Fantasy.
But to see a question mark though.
He's not sure. 7's high for me. Drew vs. Cross at Extreme Rules. Yes. Is Extreme Rules the next one after Clash?
Oh,
that might be the one.
Do we still get Extreme? The next one that I've seen advertised is Survivor Series.
No, that's what I was asking. I think there's one between, and that's why Impact moved their next pay-per-view to a Friday. I think that might be accurate. Fact checkers.
I will try and do some quick work here.
I don't like the stupid set at Clash. Listen, I like the CG.
We haven't seen the set yet. We've seen just the CGI.
Yeah, and I like the graphics. I think they're cool. And I can be a little critical of over digitizing everything, but we're good. I like it. 3 out of 10 from Anthony. So Roman will not be at Extreme Rules. No, he won't. They need to turn Rampage into a Ring of Honor show. Ding.
Sounds like CJ.
Yeah, right. I agree. Make it listen. You could do a 2-hour Ring of Honor show that starts at 9 o'clock on Friday just to see if you got nothing to lose. You got to push the envelope somewhere.
You have a lot to lose. You're already on a slippery slope. You're already fighting uphill. Why take that gamble?
Yeah, but Ring of Honor, I mean, if you do it right, we get a lot better of a product. But
we're already here covering Rampage, and it ended with a teabag to the face. You don't think that we'd be excited if Ring of Honor was there and better and had, Claudio and had, say, maybe they actually worked it out with Jonathan?
Do they go to something?
We get that. We get, actual good. We get Ring of Honor of old.
You hope. Yeah, but remember, it's not the same people producing Ring of Honor anymore.
I don't think Tony knows what he wants to do with Ring of
That's
Honor.
the fucking going to be the interesting part, Nick, is people are like, oh, I can't wait for Ring of Honor. But if it's just AEW minor, we might have a problem.
Yeah, that's why AEW's roster is huge. They need to trim it out. And like I said, if you had an exclusive, well, like the Briscoes are signed specifically to Ring of Honor. Yeah. I believe Blake Christian was in talks or might have signed with Ring of Honor or AEW. So if they develop this actual specifically Ring of Honor roster and not say do a quote unquote brand split because it'd be halfway two different companies. But if you did it that way, I think it would help everything feel a bit fresher.
And,
sorry, go ahead.
No, that's it.
No, I was just going to answer the question. So, yes, coming up after Worlds Collide on September 4th, we get Extreme Rules on October 8th, followed by Crown Jewel November 5th.
There you go.
And then Survivor Series. And then we're getting day one again. I'm surprised that they're going to keep that as a actual pay-per-view going on.
Well, I think they will, specifically because the competition's going to do their New Year's fucking show too, right? So
and I like that
we're getting away
a bit from the pay-per-views to where they're all geared around a stipulation. Like we're having this match just because it's that time of the year again.
I don't love it.
Well, no, like I haven't seen like Elimination Chamber. I haven't seen. We had
because I like when they like
TLC or anything.
But see, I don't think you should be calling the pay-per-views based on the matches. And then we like Elimination Chamber. It's like, we're going into Survivor Series. You know what?
Sorry, we had Elimination Chamber in Saudi.
We did. It almost doesn't count. That was a long. It feels like
I was going to say, it just made me eat my own words.
Right. TK can't run AEW. He's gonna, but a lot of people thought he could run AEW up until this point. So it's funny.
You're here to who pulls Tony aside and says, "Here, buddy, never trust a man that's already ran 1.5 companies out of business."
No, this would not be Eric's specialty right now. He's on the way up type of guy where values. He learns to buy value that's already valuable, but this is trying to I don't know.
Eric's the guy that does what Tony's already done, not the guy who fixes
pretty much. That's funny. I think Bischoff, listen, I want to straight up. I don't dislike Bischoff. I find him intriguing. I've liked his story. I watched his documentary. It really was, I don't hate the guy, but I will say this. I don't know where he's at with everything, but I think he's doing I think he's trying really hard actually to be the new, to run the same path as Jim Cornette. And I think when you see somebody get the success, the overwhelming success and fan base that Jim Cornette has, you're going to get copycats. And listening to what Eric puts out there for his, it just feels like he's trying to fit into that vein as well. I don't hate him, but that's what it feels like.
I'm halfway interested with Eric, but I also feel like he's a little bit of a man of much like in the same vein as Vince Russo. That kind of caught lightning in a bottle with WCW and like the NWO and everything like that, and ran that sucker till it was dry, and think that they now have something that actually matters and actually is still relevant in professional wrestling, and that they actually are great pro wrestling minds when they really didn't do much when it comes to actual booking or anything, and they honestly did a lot more harm to the professional wrestling industry than they did good.
But at the same time, at a point in somewhat of it, like, you know, Eric Bischoff has his hands in NWO, one of the biggest things that ever happened in wrestling. He had his hands in Goldberg, one of the biggest things that ever happened in wrestling. There was some good quality in there. What happened, I think, was the same thing that's happened with Tony. It's Icarus, right? Too close to the sun. Like they get all excited. Everyone's just pumping their tires. They got people around them all pushing their own agendas. And at one point, you're the king of the mountain. You're on private fucking jets. You're smoking a joint with with Big Swole. Life is fucking wonderful and gravy. And then all of a sudden, shit gets real. And you get too close to that sun, the wings melt off, and you splat. And I think we're watching Tony splat a little. Can he flap his fucking arms and fix the problem? Maybe. But Eric, the wheels fell off. And then he couldn't. I mean, you got fucked with the network.
But Eric doesn't want to admit that he had any part in that. That's the thing that irks me.
He does.
There's a lot of Eric that he's just an out and outright asshole.
6 out of 10. Oh, I could see it, and especially back then. I think he's one of those people that matured with age. I mean, like we all do.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there. No, but one of the best things to watch is the table for three, to where it's got Jim Cornette, Jeff Jarrett, and Eric Bischoff.
Right.
And you can see those two men want to reach across the table and slap the dog shit out of each other.
I never knew Jim Cornette did a table for three. I did not know that.
There you go.
6 out of 10 on Rampage. Edward, I did not know that. Thank you. Okay.
Yes. Crown Jewel is in Saudi Arabia, as they still have their contract with the Saudi blood money.
Where in Saudi? I don't fucking know.
Jeddah, probably.
Jeddah, right?
Yeah.
All right. Which former WWE staff could be running Ring of Honor? What former WWE? Joe. Regal. Joe.
See, Joe, I think would still be halfway a competitor. He could be that like active commissioner, maybe.
But I find it interesting. Joe is very in and out. Like we don't hear anything from Joe. Shows up, fights, then we don't hear anything from Joe. We're hearing nothing from him.
I think Joe is kind of on the last 9 of his career, and I hate to say it, or as at least his in-ring career. I'll put it that way.
Yeah, I have a lot of respect for Bully Ray. I have a lot of respect for his.
He should be in WWE, to be honest.
Oh, I mean, I like Bully Ray, and he thinks wrestling really, really well. Tommy Dreamer, I like the dude. He seems like a super nice dude, but it says a lot of stupid shit. Seems really dumb. But the one thing about Dreamer that trips me out is you're interviewing, like people come on your show, and you're kind of interviewing and finding out what they're going on. And everything with Tommy Dreamer, he's that guy that's like, oh, yeah, that's like when I hurt myself. Or when I tripped up, oh, that's just like a time I did this. Tommy, it's like he was. Listen, all credit to the guy. He's had an amazing career. I'm a fan, but it's just funny when he's on the microphone, everything someone says comes back to him somehow.
Yeah,
it's just like when this. No, it's not, Chuck.
Tommy's mouth has gotten him into more trouble than really I think he would like to admit. And don't get me wrong, in ring. Absolutely. That man is the heart and soul of ECW. He was the lifeblood of that company for a while. But now that he's gotten outside of that and is much more in front of a microphone, and I guess this might be a little hypocritical, but that man should not be in front of a microphone. Bully Ray, absolutely. I think he's got one of the best minds in the business. Even at times he can be kind of controversial, but he can still go in the ring. And I think, like I said, he's got a great mind. So I would like to see him. I would like to see the Bully Ray character get a run in WWE because we never got that.
Yeah, I really never had. No, like I said, I got respect for Tommy and everybody trying to do their own hustle, but I just Tommy makes me laugh because I pay attention to him enough, and it's just like, oh yeah, that just like this time I'm like, oh fuck, dude.
Yeah, I hate those people.
Right, but Bully's got a great mind for wrestling, and I know he's.
I was gonna say. Al Satan, is that your way of trying to say I should try and run Ring of Honor for Tony there?
There you go, right? The thing is, there's not a lot of minds like Heyman. Heyman sees the world differently. You know, like when in The Hangover and fucking Zach's got all the fucking mathematical equations. That's how Paul Heyman sees wrestling. He sees it like the fucking Matrix. It's just a different world for him, and that's a special mind when it comes to wrestling. So that's the challenge. You got to find talent, guys like that, but you got to utilize the ones you have, because you have guys like Regal who are fucking gems as well.
Right. He's a gem and should be. Honestly, if he wanted to do it, I would make him head of creative.
Oh, they're in Riyadh this time.
Oh, well, they bounce between Riyadh and Jeddah. So
yeah, okay. Nick, why not? I don't know.
Hey, I mean, Tony,
Nick, why not?
You know how to get a hold of me.
Right? I'm down. Let's do it.
I'll just be I'll come on the show and just be like, so guys, this is what we're doing tonight for Ring of Honor.
Fuck. Couldn't be
It'd be like behind the scenes with the director.
Right. But that being said, folks.
Oh, we never actually gave our ratings for
shit. You got a rating? I think I did. Oh no, I didn't. 4. I'll tie you on that. I'll match. Yeah. 4 seems solid. Yeah, it never really got off the ground for me. It never found its groove, and you got to lose points on that ending. Like,
sloppy jalopy.
We're gonna get a lot of football to the groin references for this one.
I'm waiting for that. Like
right.
I said, if you are making any sort of
speech to the groin,
absolutely,
speech to the groin.
Us in that. Right.
Right. Imagine alternate reality. You ran a wrestling promotion. I do it all the time. How do you think I ended up on this fucking shit?
Oh, absolutely. This is why this is therapy for me. Trust me, I'm just amazed people want to listen to this crap. Trust me, my wife's sick of it.
Listen, this is amazing crap. What are you talking about? Wait, whose side are you on?
I'm talking about my stuff. I ain't talking about us. I'm talking about me.
But Dro, go to bed. That was why Heyman is a wise man. He is the wise man. But back to the point. Rampage was a 4. I doubled up and went 8. You went 6 on SmackDown.
7.
So you went 7. So we'll call it 7.5. Folks, another fun stream, another crazy Friday night. Remember, our Saturday night streams are always crazy. Tell everybody we're here all goddamn weekend long. NWA 74. Then we hit Raw and we run through another crazy week of wrestling. And it all why can't I say that word right now? I'm done. What he said. It all comes to a head at
pause.
Pause. It all comes to a head at we get All Out, we get Clash of the Castle, we get a bonus of Worlds Collide from NXT. So a lot of crazy wrestling. And we started it tonight, and we're on a heater now. So tune in, like, subscribe, share, let everyone know you're here. Nick, any final thoughts on our wonderful program tonight? Not our crap.
I wasn't calling our stuff crap. I was saying I'm crap. Easy there, killer.
Right?
No, absolutely.
They love our
if there's
crap.
Anything going on in professional wrestling, folks, you want to be here. So make sure you be a friend, tell a friend. Mm-hmm. Like I've said before, you are doing your friend a disservice if you're not letting them know. True As story. You've seen, even, a couple people showing up tonight, because they heard word of mouth about us and everything. So if there is anything going on, whether it's AEW, NWA, GCW, WWE, XPW, you name it, absolutely, you are doing yourself and you're doing your friends a disservice if you're not letting them know about all of this.
All right. But okay. Last but not least, I figure this is a nice comment to end the night on. This stream, 25 out of 10. I'm not clicking on the other ones. I already committed to this one. The stream is 25 out of 10. We greatly appreciate it, folks. We greatly appreciate all of you. We will see you Saturday. We will see you Sunday. We'll see you a lot of days. Like, subscribe, share, go to SeatGeek. Get your $20 off your next purchase or your first purchase at SeatGeek.com. Go get one of our alt tees. Buy a t-shirt. Have a good night. That's Big Nick. I'm KJ White. We're the Wrasslin for Life Network. Big shout out to our boy CJ. And until next time, we'll see you on the flip side. Peace.